All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim teaching about the Mayim Wa'amat. That's sincerity and truth. It's a Great Millstone Dallas class setting. And the reading assignment for this week is Samson. Not Samson. It's Judges chapter 13, verse 6 through 16. Mm-hmm. You know, and when you read this story, when you read this account, you come across all types of things where you see the customs of the Israelites, certain different nuggets and spiritual things that you run across as you go through these few chapters. You know, so what we're going to do is we're going to read through it. We're going to read pretty fast, but when it comes time to break down points, you know what I'm saying? If you're impatient, tell your ass. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a lot going on in these few chapters, and it's very inspirational. It's uplifting. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It also makes you fearful because you understand that the Lord is perfect balance, and when the Lord puts His Spirit upon you, you're gonna go through a whole lot of ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? But through those ups and downs, you learn. You know, just like the elders and apostles, they go into their elders. Elder High Priest Jaquab used to mention that we had to understand wickedness to appreciate righteousness. You see? Yeah. And when you get into this story right here, if the Lord wants to do something, it's going to get done. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Yep. Those words are so true. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to get into it. Yeah, we're going to get into it. Lord willing to be edifying. And, hey, if it condemns you, it condemns you. If it builds you up, it builds you up. You know what I'm saying? It's our job to present truth. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Yeah, I got it here. Judges 13:1. It says, again, the Israelites did evil. Hold on, make sure I'm in the KJV real quick.
I think you had too.
Yeah, my bad. Hold on.
Yeah, we can have both of them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them gonna take part in this lesson.
Okay, this is Judges 13 verse 1 in the KJV. It says, and the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the Lord delivered them into the hand of the Philistines 40 years.
Now keep in mind, this is a constant theme in the Bible. Israel going off, asking the Lord to forgive them, Him forgiving them. You know what I'm saying? It almost make you think of that song, Rick Ross and Jasmine Sullivan. The chorus, she's saying, you messed around and I forgave you. Why do they still want me to hate you? Yeah. But if I'm choosing to forget it, why can't they just mind their business? Because I'm stuck like glue. That's how the Lord feels about Israel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about that word matrix a minute ago. Mm-hmm. We'll get it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it put me in the mind frame of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Look, I heard this one time. I can't remember who said it, but it was an old school saying. I was very young when I heard it. And it was regarding an old couple that was going through a rough patch. You know what I'm saying? And the lady said, you know what? Sometimes people will have an understanding that nobody else understands. Yeah. That applies to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai in Israel. Yeah. People don't understand our relationship with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring that out. Let's go.
Yeah. If I may get a precept,
go
up real quick.
Oh yeah.
This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 12. This is when basically the law of the tabernacle, basically being raised up. And it says, and I will walk among you, and I will be your power, and ye shall be my people. You see? Mm-hmm. So, because that was the promise that the Lord made with us, in the wilderness, is that, if you enter into this covenant with me, I'm going to put my name. Well, His name was already on Israel, but even more so.
It was conditions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was even more so like when we was in the wilderness. So we had just entered into the land during this time. When you look at it chronologically, we just came from that 40 years in the wilderness after Joshua passed, right? Then we basically in that time, right where we're reading here in Judges. So I just want to throw that out there.
Yep. Even too, if I may just add on to your point, even at that time, as we're going into it, we were the heathen was supposed to be completely, pretty much destroyed out the land, but we didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And with us not doing that, we were mixing and mingling with the heathen, learning their customs and their ways. And were you finished with your precept?
Yeah, that was
I'm gonna read this real quick. Judges 10 verse 6 and 7. It says, "And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahweh, and served Baalim and Ashtaroth and the gods of Syria, and the gods of Zidon, and the gods of Moab, and the gods of the children of Ammon, and the gods of the Philistines, and forsook Yahweh and served not him. And the anger of Yahweh was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hands of the Philistines, into the hands of the children of Ammon." So at this time, when Samson was coming on the scene, we were already in captivity underneath the Philistines for 40 years at this point.
Yep.
And it all stemmed because we were serving after their God. So this is the Lord raising up a judge to deliver us, and it's all through the occasion of how Yahweh Basham Shah wanted the story to go.
Bro, he pretty much turned Samson into Goliath on steroids.
Yeah.
Like real talk.
Yeah.
Because as fearful as Israel was of Goliath, you know what I'm saying? Samson had them Philistines shook all up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Let me continue back in Judges, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is continuing on, Judges 13 and verse 2. It says, "And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not."
Let's see what Manoah means.
That's the spirit. I was literally just thinking that in my head too.
I got it.
And I got the NLT, so when I need the NLT, I got it already on deck. So you
Okay.
can stay at KJV.
Okay, Manoah, Strong's H 4495, Manawach. It says rest, like Nawach. Ma at the beginning of the word means from or of.
Yep.
So of or from rest.
Right.
It says a Danite father of the judge Samson, and inhabitant of Zorah.
That's what I'm saying. He was going.
Yes.
His seed was gonna comfort Israel because we was under the Philistines. You know what I'm saying? That's why Samson was set up. You know what I'm saying? And his father Manoah, his name means comfort. His seed was gonna be that comfort to Israel during that time.
Right.
Okay, there you go. Shalom. All right, let's go.
Yep. It says in verse 2, "And his wife was barren and bare not," meaning she didn't have any children. Just right there.
Right.
So it says in verse 3, and the angel of Yahweh Shemel Shai appeared unto the woman and said unto her, "Behold now, thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son."
All right, I'm gonna read that in the NLT. All right. It says, I'm gonna start at 2. It says, "In those days, a man named Manoah from the tribe of Dan lived near the town of Zorah. His wife was unable to become pregnant, and they had no children. No children. Keep in mind, they had no children. Samson was gonna be the firstborn. Right? It says, "The angel of the Lord appeared to Manoah's wife and said, even though you have been unable to have children, you will become pregnant and give birth to a son." Right? It says, "So be careful. You must not drink wine or any other alcoholic drink, nor eat any forbidden food." You know what I'm saying? He's pretty much giving her a way to cleanse her body to be able to be fit to have this child. You know what I'm saying? This is going to comfort the nation of Israel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. It says, "You will become pregnant and give birth to a son, and his hair must never be cut, for he will be dedicated to the Most High as a Nazirite from birth. He will begin to rescue Israel from the Philistines." Right? He's that seed that came from Manoah, who's going to be that comfort at that time. Now, let's get the word Nazirite.
All right.
And then I'll pull Matrix. I'll pull the Matrix. Because it's all going to come together through the Spirit, Lord willing.
Yeah. That word Nazarite in verse 5 is Strong's H 5139. Nazayar.
Like Nazir.
Yeah.
Like Yawan son. It's the same word.
Yep. It says consecrated or devoted one. A consecrated one. It says devotee, untrimmed.
Sound like predestination.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
It says consecrated, hence figuratively from the latter, an unpruned vine, like an unshorn Nazarite.
Get Jeremiah 1 and 5 real quick. Baba Kasha. You know what I'm saying? Because just like Jeremiah was We're going to read it. Go ahead and read that.
This is Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. It says, verse 4. Then the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, before I formed thee...
That's what I'm saying. The word of the Lord came unto you. Right? Did not the Lord send an angel to Samson's parents?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee.
That's what I'm saying. Samson.
Sanctified.
Same thing.
Dedicated. Yeah.
Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
And I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations.
I want to say he ordained Samson to be a judge.
Excuse me. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Samson was very necessary at that time. You see, but the angel told Samson's mother that this is going to be God's son.
If I just may add on to your
Go
point,
ahead.
so does that mean that the angel slept with Manoah's wife?
No.
Or was Samson born of the Holy Spirit?
Man,
For
Samson
you assholes out
Samson
there.
was born of the Holy Spirit.
Man.
Meaning he was going to have parents.
Yeah, exactly.
And the Holy Spirit was going to dictate how he was born and what his life was going to be.
Exactly.
That's a good question. Asking Catholics, man.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
That's a good ass
literally
question.
what it is. He was born of the Holy Spirit.
And you know what's so funny? They probably never even read. I mean, people probably know about Samson, you know, in the church, but they probably never read like that part where they probably, you know what I'm
They
saying?
just know Samson was super strong and that was it. That's
Yeah.
it. They don't know about nothing else. They don't know about the Philistines, nothing like that.
They might be able to tell you about Delilah.
Yeah,
Possibly.
They might.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But they ain't going to be able to tell you he was married before that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
But whatever.
Anyway, right. Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm going to get Exodus 13 and 12, right? To back you up. It says, that thou shalt set apart unto the Lord all that openeth the matrix, and every firstling that cometh of beasts which thou hast, the males shall be the Lord's. Right?
I'm sorry.
Bring it out. Bring out what you got.
No,
Bring it
verse
out.
11. Verse 11 says, and it shall be when Yahweh shall bring thee into the land of the Canaanites. We were in the land of the Canaanites at the time.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought about that. But
That's it. That's it.
At that time, you know.
So when I ran into the angel coming to tell her that she was gonna have a son, you know what I'm saying? That was her firstborn, so that automatically took me to the word matrix, right? And it's a few precepts in it, and it's all regarding the same thing, right? Exodus 13 and 15, it says, and it came to pass when Pharaoh would hardly let us go, that the Lord slew all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both the firstborn of man and the firstborn of beast. Therefore I sacrifice to the Lord all that openeth the matrix, being males, but all the firstborn of my children I redeem. You can commentate if you want to.
Nah, it's just heavy because we was having this conversation before. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord always said, like for example, when you read Psalms, like he was like, man, look, it don't matter how many sacrifices that you do unto me, whatever the case may be. He was like, all this belongs unto me anyway.
Yeah.
It's all mine regardless.
That's it.
So the firstborn being slain when Yahushua with the death angel, which was Yahushua, came through and swooped and killed all the firstborn, they belong to the Lord anyway.
That's right.
They was his anyway.
That's right.
You know?
Could nobody do nothing about it. Yeah. Right? Now, here's Exodus 34 and 19. I'm reading all the precepts that got the word matrix in it. It says, and all that openeth the matrix is mine. And every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. Numbers 3 and 12. It says, and behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel instead of all the firstborn that openeth the matrix among the children of Israel. Therefore the Levites are mine.
Are mine. That's the key, is are mine. All they are mine.
You see? The Lord is very possessive.
Yeah. They're
Right?
mine.
You get down to Numbers 18 and 15. It says, everything that openeth the matrix in all flesh, which they bring unto the Lord, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be thine. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shalt thou surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts thou shalt redeem. So even the unclean beast is his. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you get into the definition of the word matrix, right? You look up that word matrix. All right, matrix. Raham, right? Biblical usage, womb, right? But then when you get into the etymology of the word, still the same thing, Raham, right? To love deeply, have mercy, be compassionate. Somebody get Romans 9. Have tender affection, have compassion, right? To have compassion, be compassionate of the Most High. to be shown compassion, to be compassionate, right? So the Lord is claiming the first fruits. You know what I'm saying? Does it not say that does it not say that Israel is the apple of the Lord's eye? I'm married unto you. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So Jake done been in love with a woman. You know what I'm saying? Mercy, compassion. You dealing with all those things. That's how the Lord deal with us. You see? Yeah. So everything that come out of the matrix that the Lord lay claim on, he laid claim on it because he loved it and he gonna protect it.
Full of mercy and truth.
Now it's starting to make sense why Manoah was gonna be that comfort to shoot forth that seed that was Samson to comfort the nation of Israel.
Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah is the author of a woman getting pregnant or not.
That's right.
You can shoot the club up 50 times, and at the end of the day, if the Lord don't want that child to be there, it ain't gonna happen.
That's it.
But at that moment, if that spirit is meant to be on the planet Earth, remember the Lord he's the Father of spirits.
That's right.
So if he wants a spirit to be on the planet Earth for his purpose, it's gonna happen. And the way it may happen, it may be like, oh shit, like damn.
Yeah.
But it's the Lord's occasion at the end of the day, is what he wants to do.
That's it.
And when you understand the dynamic of that, when you understand that dynamic when it comes to Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, which, the water Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, we're able to even understand that dynamic, it alleviates a lot of worry and it alleviates a lot of thought, because you understand and know that the Lord is in control of everything that's going on.
That also compels you to fight.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That also compels you to get your ass out there one time.
Right. Yeah, no, for real, yeah. Real talk.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, no, you good. You good. It's flowing.
Did you want Romans 9 first, or you want me to go back to Judges?
Yeah. Get Romans 9.
Okay, what part did you want to...
I will have mercy on who I will have mercy. I will have compassion on who I will have compassion.
All right, it was Romans 9:15. It says, for he said to... Actually, I'll read verse 14.
Matter of fact, jump up to where it say Jacob I love, Esau I hated.
Yeah.
Then jump down to that.
Okay, verse 13. Romans 9:13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
That's what I'm saying. We just read the word for matrix, and it was talking about the love that the Lord has for those first fruits.
First fruits.
Go ahead.
Yep. It says, verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? Most High forbid.
I would say, because out of Jacob and Esau, even though Esau was born first, Jacob was the first fruit.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Isaac was the first fruit, but Isaac was that wasn't Abraham's first son.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
You know what I'm saying? With Adam. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you that Cain was born first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on who you ask.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Somebody want to argue about it, they can. Yeah. But whatever, nigga. Go ahead.
It says, let me see here. So verse 16 it says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but the Most High that showeth mercy.
Mm-hmm. You
see, even keep going on that.
The Lord have compassion on those who He love.
Yeah.
He have mercy on those who He love.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Yeah.
All right, we go back to Judges.
All right, going back to that Judges chapter 13, and we left off at verse 3.
Verse 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I read a little bit further.
Yeah, you read verse 4 and 5 and then
Okay, all right, so we'll continue on verse 5 then. Judges 13 and 5 in the KJV, it says, you will become pregnant and give birth to a son, and his hair must never be cut.
Well, I think that...
that's NLT, I'm sorry. I got two tabs open, I'm sorry.
No, you good.
In the KJV, it says, for lo, thou shalt conceive and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head, for the child shall be a Nazarite unto the Most High from the womb.
That's what I'm saying. And all you guys out there talking about y'all Nazarites now, you're not dedicated to the Most High, man. You're not dedicated to the Most High. You're dedicated to your own fucking belly. It's fucking disgusting, and you're gonna be judged. Fuck it. I said it. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, because the Lord, he in what is that? The last book in the Old Testament, in Malachi, talk about the priests, how they would constantly, basically take advantage of their position. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, used Malachi to curse the priests out. So you don't want to take that. You don't want to take that position and then, do it unworthily, right?
That's right.
So verse 6, Judges 13 and 6. Then the woman came and told her husband, saying, a man of the Most High came unto me, and his countenance was like the countenance of an angel of the Most High, very terrible. But I asked him not whence he was, neither told he me his name. But he said unto me, behold, thou shalt conceive, and bear a son, and now drink no wine, nor strong drink, neither eat any unclean thing. For the child shall be a Nazarite to the Most High from the womb to the day of his death.
And that doesn't mean also too. I just want to add on to a point. It doesn't mean when it says no unclean thing. You know, it doesn't mean that just because he was a Nazarite that she couldn't eat like swine or anything like that. But if he wasn't a Nazarite, it's fine.
Yeah.
Unclean thing could be something that died of itself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I just wanted to just throw that out there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which we're not supposed to eat anyway.
Exactly.
If something dies of itself, even if it's a chicken that died on its own.
You ain't supposed to eat it.
Yeah, you know.
Yep.
All right, continue on in verse 9. It says, and the Most High hearkened. Oh, excuse, I think I skipped the verse.
Verse 7. I'm sorry, you're on verse 8.
Verse 8.
You're on
Yeah.
verse 8.
Verse 8 says, then Manoah entreated the Lord Yahweh and said, O my Lord, let the man of the Most High which thou didst send come again unto us, and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born.
I thought this kind of interesting whenever we read, like when I was reading it earlier, is the fact that, you know, his wife told him what it was, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, man, he entreated the Lord again and asked the same question that the Lord told her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as we're gonna read down, the angel's like, man, I already told your wife, like, I already told her, like, I already, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like you kind of got to take what a woman said with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he didn't believe her, but he was like, okay, well, this is a serious thing.
He needed to be
Figure out
sure.
what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be sure.
Yep.
Let me make sure and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm saying it's two. You need two witnesses.
Yeah.
She needed two witnesses. She has an
Mouth of
angel
2
and
or
a
3
husband.
witnesses, in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, that all things be established.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The angel could have been Yahweh shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that shows you that also too, that the husband has authority over
Exactly.
the woman, because, for example, Zechariah, the father of John the Baptist.
Mm-hmm.
You see, he basically had that conversation with that angel, and he basically was asked, everybody was asking him, what's his name, what you gonna name him, and he said, no, his name's John, right? But that shows you that the Lord, he'll deal with the husband too.
Right.
Verse 9, it says,
Let me read this commentary real
Okay.
quick, Salaki. It says, this is the Bridgeway commentary in the My Sword app, right? It says, a man to fight the Philistines, right? We talking about Samson, right? We already established that the Lord chose Samson. He built Samson up to be what Samson was, right? It says the Philistines were by far the strongest enemy that Israel had yet met. Their 40 years of rule lasted until the time of Samuel, and they continued to give trouble during the reigns of Saul and David. Samson was the man God chose to begin the job of breaking the Philistines' rule. Before he was born, his mother was told by a messenger from the Most High that she was to dedicate the child to the Most High as a Nazarite for life. This meant that Samson was not to drink wine, touch anything dead, or cut his hair. These restrictions were to be a constant reminder to him and to others that he was totally dedicated to the Most High for service. Now the precept takes you to Numbers 6, right? Numbers 6 and 1. It says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when the man or woman shall separate themselves to the Nazarite vow. All right, hold on, let me see. That ain't what I wanted. It was Joshua, that's where it is. Joshua 5 is where it took me, right? It says, and it came to pass when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with a sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto the man and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, nay, but as captain of the host, as captain of the host of the Lord, I am now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and said unto him. Somebody get that account in Revelation 19.
Yep. And they worship him.
Right? Right? It says, and Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and said unto him, what saith my Lord unto his servant? Right? It says, and the captain of the Lord's host, right? It said, the captain of the Lord is in all caps, the captain of the Lord's host, and said unto Joshua, loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Right? You got that?
Yep.
Read that account. Now, in these two accounts, I just read an account of an angel coming to a man in the flesh. We're about to read another account. What you want to take to account is how the angel responds to the man bowing to him that's in the flesh. Let's go.
Can I get that word captain for you?
Please do.
That word captain in the Hebrew is shar.
Shar.
It says
Yep.
prince, ruler, prince,
Yep.
ruler,
Captain.
leader, chief, chieftain, official, captain, ruler of rulers, patron angel, a patron angel,
Yeah.
a patron angel, and then the root word is
Because there's levels to it.
Yep. The root word is sharar, which says to be or act as prince, rule, contend, have power, govern. See, to lord it over, to govern. So we understand and kind of get an idea who this captain was.
That's what I'm saying. The captain of the Lord's host.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, who? Yeah, that's top one.
Who is the captain of Yahweh? Who is the captain of Yahweh's army?
The captain of Yahweh's army.
You know what I'm saying? No other angel was given the charge that I'm gonna put my your enemies as a footstool. He only said that to his son.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything was put under his feet. Who's gonna be heading up the Lord's host on Judgment Day?
It's gonna be Yahweh Shai, but behind him we're gonna be Michael. But Yahweh Shai is the captain of the host.
You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai don't work for Michael.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's the other way around.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Let's go.
Revelation 19:10 it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant.
You see that? Now this angel, when John bowed, he said, no, don't bow. I'm your brother. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy.
That's what I'm saying. And when Joshua was dealing with the angel, the Lord didn't tell him to get up when he bowed down.
Yeah.
You see? That means something in the spirit.
It's levels.
All right?
Yep.
So, for that same angel to go, the precept took us there. Right? So, for the angel to go to Samson's parents and tell them what he told them, you know what I'm saying? The Lord set that up that way. So, we can keep going.
In Judges, right?
Yeah.
All right, back in Judges 13, in verse 9, it says, and the Most High hearkened unto the voice of Manoah, and the angel of the Most High came again unto the woman as she sat in the field, but Manoah, her husband, was not with her. And the woman made haste and ran and showed her husband and said unto him, behold,
Baby, what room you in? You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just the man.
The man came back.
yeah,
Hey, because at this time, it wasn't revealed that he was an angel yet. It was just that he, you know what I'm saying? But he looked like a man that had his countenance was different.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, about business.
That's right. Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, behold, the man hath appeared unto me that came unto me the other day. Verse 11. And Manoah arose and went after his wife and came to the man and said unto him, art thou the man that spakest unto the woman? And he said, I am. And Manoah said, now let thy words come to pass. How shall we order the child? And how shall we do unto him? And the angel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said unto Manoah, of all that I said unto the woman, let her beware. She may not eat.
I already told her what she need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
I told her what she need to do. Go ahead.
It says, she may not eat of anything that cometh of the vine, neither let her drink wine or strong drink, nor eat any unclean thing. All that I commanded her, let her observe.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 15, and Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, I pray thee, let us detain thee until we shall have made ready a kid for thee. Because he wanted to,
Right.
basically like cook for him.
I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read that in the
Like
NLT.
Elijah gets pretty much.
Yeah. This is Judges 13 and 15 in the NLT. It says, then Manoah said to the angel of the Lord, right? Please stay here until we can prepare a goat for you to eat. I will stay, said the angel of the Lord replied, but I will not eat anything. Angels don't eat, right? So angels don't eat. Angels don't have sex, right? This is a clue, right?
Yeah.
However, you may prepare a burnt offering as a sacrifice to the Lord, right? Manoah didn't realize it was an angel of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tazama was going into earlier the whole burnt sacrifice thing. You know what I'm saying? They were Danites, not Levites.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at this point in time, from judge to judge to judge, all the judges weren't Levites.
Yeah, there was different tribes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
It'd be just like, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
Yeah.
The way the cookie
But-
crumbling, I don't know.
But the Lord's will is for all the men of the nation of Israel to be kings and priests.
Right.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That would lead me to believe that Manoah and Samson are of the elect.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So he was allowed to do that sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Especially at that time, because during the time of judges, we didn't have no Levites. It was judges instead. You know what I'm saying? Levites is priests. Judges are judges.
Yeah.
You see? So when the Lord said, Dan means judge. The tribe of Dan, that's a tribe of judges. That's a whole tribe of judges. Not saying that all the judges was Danites.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But each judge that came up, whatever their tribe was, it was the Lord already set it up for Israel to be kings, priests, and judges anyway. So it's not out of order or out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't nobody have been able to say, "Oh, you a Danite, you can't be making no sacrifices to build no house." Yes, you can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Go ahead.
All right. Continuing on in Judges 13 and verse 15, it says, actually, I'll read verse 16. And the angel of the Lord said unto Manoah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread, and if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord. For Manoah knew not that he was an angel of the Most High. And Manoah said unto the angel of the Lord, what is thy name? That when thy sayings come to pass, we may do thee honor. And the angel of the Lord said unto him, why askest thou thus after my name, seeing it is secret?
Read that in the NLT. What verse is that?
Verse 17 and 18, I got it here.
Yeah, I read it.
Okay.
Right. Verse 17, it says, Manoah asked the angel of the Lord, what is your name? For when all this comes true, we want to honor you. Why do you ask my name? The angel of the Lord replied, it is too wonderful for you to understand.
That's gracious.
That's what I said. Who is the only spirit attached? Who the word wonderful is attached?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can get it. Let's go now and get it. We ain't gonna play.
Isaiah the 9th chapter.
Yeah, I got it. Oh, you got it?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh.
Go on, jump in there. You just got here.
Gone.
I think you shooting threes.
Isaiah chapter 9, I'll start at verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given,
Uh-huh.
and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful.
His name shall be called Wonderful.
Okay.
Now this angel that's talking to Manoah, what you asking my name for? It's too wonderful for you to understand anyway. Just be glad I'm here. Just be glad I'm here working with you now.
I didn't catch that earlier. Wow.
Let's go.
Damn, that's heavy.
Oh.
His name shall be called Wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
Counselor,
Yep.
the Mighty God,
Mhm.
Power, the everlasting Father.
That's what I'm saying. So within this, in the last few verses, we come across that this angel is the captain of the Lord's host. You know what I'm saying? Only man wonderful is attached to his name. Break it out.
That word wonderful. That word wonderful, and that word secret in Judges is pala'ah, and that same name wonderful in Isaiah 9 talking about Yahweh is the same Hebrew word. Pala'ah.
You see that?
Oh, man.
You see that?
Dang.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That was it on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to this Judges here in the KJV, chapter 13 and verse 19, it says, So Manoah took a kid with a meat offering and offered it upon a rock unto the Lord, and the angel did wondrously. There's that wonderful again. And Manoah and his wife looked on. For it came to pass, when the flame went up toward the heaven from off the altar, that the angel of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai ascended in the flame of the altar. And Manoah and his wife looked on it and fell on their faces upon, to the ground.
Man, can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? That was it. This angel just came and told a husband and his wife who was barren that they was gonna have a son that was gonna be dedicated to the Lord, and then he ascended up to heaven in the flame
Yeah.
from the altar.
Yeah. And it said, to add on to that, it said the flame went up toward heaven, so it wasn't
Yeah.
just like a wonderful, like, it,
Yeah.
they're probably like, oh shit.
Hey, and you know, hey, the altar was on a rock.
There you go, man.
It kind of reminds me of what was that when Elijah had that sacrifice, you know what I mean, by in front of those prophets of Baal, you know what I mean. After pouring buckets and buckets of water on
Already
it,
wet.
like, you know, and so
Gracious.
you know what I mean. But continue on in this verse 21. It says, "But the angel of the Lord did no more appear unto Manoah and to his wife. Then Manoah knew what he was. Then Manoah knew that he was an angel of the Lord." Verse
You know what I'm
3.
saying? We had those accounts all the time. You know what I'm saying? To where a situation that happened, and you like, you know what, man, that might have been an angel, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have those accounts in the scriptures. Go ahead.
Verse 22 says, "And Manoah said unto his wife, We shall surely die, because we have seen the Most High. But his wife said unto him, If the Lord were pleased to kill us."
And that's the thing. If you see the Most High, you will be out of there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they saw an angel of the Lord.
Yeah.
That's the captain of his host.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. And if I just may add on to your point, just add on to that. I'm just thinking like an angel, which is perfect, that came down from the heavens, and Manoah being a Danite, and them sacrificing. Don't you think the angel would have told him, "Nah, you ain't supposed to do this because you a Levite"?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Manoah did the sacrifice. It didn't say that he went to the priest to do it. He did it.
Right. Right. That's
You know?
it. That's it. Go ahead.
All right, continuing on. Verse 23, it says, "If the Lord were pleased to kill us, he would not have received a burnt offering and a meat offering at our hands. Neither would he have showed us all these things, nor would, as at this time, have told us such things as these."
I'm going to read that same verse in the NLT. It says, "But his wife said, if the Lord were going to kill us, he wouldn't have accepted our burnt offering and grain offering. He wouldn't have appeared to us and told us this wonderful thing and done these miracles."
Right. Right.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who is miracles attached to? The men of the Lord.
Yep.
Starting with Yahweh Shai.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Read on.
Yep. It says, "And the woman bare a son," verse 24, "and the woman bare a son and called his name Samson, and the child grew, and the Lord blessed him." You know, it kind of reminds me of when we was going into that first Samuel with Hannah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? She was barren, she prayed to the Lord.
That's it.
And the Lord said, "All right, look, I'm going to give you a son, but," you know what I'm saying? Well, actually, no. She said,
that.
"Lord, if you give me a son, I'm going
Right.
to give him to you. I just want a son." You know? So,
That's right.
You know, firstborn is that, you know, special spirit. It says verse 25, and the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol.
All right, now we can move to the next chapter. You know what I'm saying? We can read through it speedily. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all got nuggets or anything that y'all found in them chapters, bring it out. Because most of the stuff that I found was in chapter 1, but I'm still seeing stuff in the other chapters. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to be greedy because hey, I know y'all ready too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm here to learn too. Shit.
This is Judges. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start reading.
Judges chapter 14, verse 1.
Yeah, I still break it down, but if y'all got points, jump in there.
Okay. It says, and Samson went down to Timnath and saw a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines. And he came up and told his father and his mother and said, I have seen a woman in Timnath of the daughters of the Philistines.
Stop. Ancient custom. Right? Samson didn't go shoot his shot when he seen a bad bitch.
Right.
He wouldn't have told his parents. And then they set it up. And then everybody went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's manly. If you really think about it, look, I want her to be my wife, and then get your parents to go and talk to their parents because it's a business venture.
You know what I'm saying?
Broken the deal.
Order. You know what I'm saying? Now watch how his parents respond though.
You mind if I read a little bit of the manners and customs on that real fast?
Hit it. Yeah, bring it all out.
Kind of says bride chosen by parents, and it gives the example here in the book of Genesis, the 24th chapter, verse 4. It says, thou shalt go into my country and to my kindred and take a wife unto my son Isaac. It says the bridegroom does not make choice of his bride. The parents negotiate this important business between themselves, and the young people are expected to acquiesce in their agreement.
Yeah, that's why they brought up the custom of, we're not supposed to mix and mingle with the Canaanites, which, at the time we was amongst the Philistines. So him marrying like a Canaanite was off. His parents gonna tell him that in the next verse. And you're not supposed to be marrying her. He's like, look, I like her.
Yep.
Oh, this one.
It says, in this instance, Abraham sent the trusty servant hundreds of miles to select for his son a wife whom he never saw. Hagar chose a wife for Ishmael. Isaac gave command to Jacob on this important subject. Judah selected a wife for Young men who chose wives for themselves without parental mediation usually afflicted their parents in doing so. And it gives you the example with Esau. It says the sons, however, had sometimes the privilege of suggesting their personal preference to their parents. Thus Shechem did, and also Samson. And that's it.
Yeah.
Going back to Genesis.
I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this commentary real quick.
Okay.
All right. It says so. It says this is the Masor, the Bridgeway Masor app again. It says so dominant were the Philistines in Israel that the Israelites had decided to live with them peacefully rather than try to rise up in armed rebellion. Samson had other ideas. He thought that his marriage to a Philistine woman would give him opportunity to do some harm to the enemy. You know what I'm saying? But that's what the Lord wanted. You know what I'm saying? Samson was set up to fuck over the Philistines.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And bro, he was so antagonistic to the motherfuckers, bro.
Hate the most.
He was on their fucking helmet by himself. It didn't never say nothing about Samson had no camp. It didn't never say nothing about Samson had no. Or he did his dirt all by his lonely.
He was going hard.
And that's the way the Lord set it up. You see? Go ahead.
Right. Verse 3, it says, when his father and his mother said, then his father and his mother said unto him, is there never a woman among the daughters of thy brethren, or among all my people, that thou goest to take a wife of the uncircumcised Philistines?
What you want to get a Hamite for? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that?
What you want?
You know what I'm saying? You don't want no Danite. You don't want none of the Israelites. You want Hamite?
All kinds of.
You know?
You want a Hivite? You want a Jebusite, nigga?
No, he wanted a
Hell goddamn.
Philistine. No, he wanted
Man.
a Hamite.
Man. He wanted the Philistines so he could kill his thing.
Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
This says,
Oh, no, this is Samson.
Yeah, nasty. Mr. Nasty.
it says,
Hey, Samson means son child.
Yeah.
Or like the son.
Like the
that,
son,
that man was hot.
That's it.
Samson was hot. Go ahead.
it says,
He loved them hoes.
Yeah.
He loved them hoes. I literally mean hoes because they was all concubines.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
it says, and Samson said unto his father,
15.
get her for me.
He was in war mode for real. Yeah, he was smacking up the Philistines and taking their women. That's what you do when you at war. Go ahead.
And Samson said unto his father, get her for me, for she pleaseth me well. And it says literally right in my eyes.
She look good in the bed, daddy. Daddy, it be bad. You know? Go ahead.
It says, but his father and his mother knew not that it was of Yahweh.
You see that? You see that? Man, you want ham? Yeah, I want ham. I'm in the spirit. Go ahead.
It says, but his father and his mother knew not that it was of Yahweh, that he sought an occasion against the Philistines.
That's what I'm saying. The Lord wanted to get at the Philistines. That's why he raised Samson up. You see? Go ahead.
For at that time, the Philistines had dominion over Israel.
That's what I'm saying. And we coming in the spirit of Samson. Now. Going up against the Philistines who are now Edomites. You know what I'm saying? They the ones ruling. Go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, Then went Samson down and his father and his mother to Timnath, and came to the vineyards of Timnath. And behold, a young lion roared against him. And the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to constantly hear that theme throughout Samson's account. The spirit of the Lord was heavily on him, was mightily on him. Go ahead.
And he rent him as he would have rent a kid.
Somebody get what's that? The Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Exodus.
14.
Somebody get that real quick, Baba Kashak, because the Lord can't stand them stinking ass Africans, man. Them Hamites. When you think about the Song of Moses, you know what I'm saying? When you think about with King David, that's what I'm saying. It was Edom, Philistines, and Moab.
Yeah, that was the main
11-7.
You know what I'm saying? Every time. So the Philistines is on that shit list. Been on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying, Tom X is that difference. He showed you how he felt about them Hamites.
Mhm.
He drowned the shit up there.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead.
What is it? Exodus.
Mm-hmm.
This is Exodus chapter 11, verse 7. It says, But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that he may know how that Yahweh doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
And them dogs was wagging the shit out their tongue for 40 years.
Yeah, going on.
Yep. Lord said, time's up. Let's go, Samson. Yeah. Manoah and your wife. Yeah. I'm going to send an angel to let y'all know that this baby is finna fuck over these niggas. Let's go.
Verse 6, it says, And the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and he rent him as he would have rent a kid.
Bro, think about that. A lion is attacking you. He grabbed that lion by his top jaw and his bottom jaw and just pulled.
Man.
Think about that. A lion is attacking. Bro, he grabbed that motherfucker like this
It ripped him in half.
and just pulled that shit apart.
Man.
I didn't know that line was bigger than the
Yeah.
one now.
Yeah, this ain't that lion in the zoo
Right.
that barely moved. No. This nigga's active and hungry as hell.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, And he had nothing in his hand, but he told not his father or his mother what he had done.
Mm-hmm.
And he went down and talked with Samson, and she pleased Samson well. Verse 8, it says, And after a time he returned to take her, and he turned aside to see the carcass of the lion.
Mm-hmm.
And behold, there was a swarm of bees and honey in the carcass of the lion. And he took thereof in his hands and went on eating.
That's what I'm saying. He a Nazarite.
Right, exactly.
This ain't supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this shows you that the Lord can intervene.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is what led to that riddle that led to the death of a bunch of fucking Philistines.
Yeah.
You see? Man, Samson ain't supposed he didn't care about being on the Nazarite. Samson was wicked. No, Samson was in the spirit. Fuck off.
You get stung by one bee nowadays, you ready to clock off, chill. You know what I mean? Like you like, damn, I got jacked up. He just put his hand in that bitch. No B suit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Raw.
So he was breaking the law by eating honey.
No. He was breaking the law by touching a dead carcass.
Ah.
Yeah, you can't touch a dead carcass. You know what I'm saying? Even when the angel gave his parents the instructions, you know what I'm saying? Not touching anything dead was a part of that.
Ah, yes. Okay. I'm
You
trying
know?
to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eating the unclean thing.
Yeah,
Go
because the
ahead.
lion, what talks about in Leviticus 11, talks about you can't eat anything with paws.
Yeah.
You know, it came out of a lion, so it's unclean too.
Yep.
It
You know what I'm saying? And the bees and the honey is legit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dead carcass.
But look where it was. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you're not supposed to eat anything that died through itself. But we
Yeah.
can, like
That's
sell
it.
that to the heathen though. You know what I mean? But we can't eat that shit.
Yeah.
Verse 9 says, and he took thereof in his hands and went on eating and came to his father and his mother, and he gave them, and they did eat. But he told not them that he had taken the honey out of the carcass of the lion.
And the reason why he didn't tell them is because they would have wilded out.
Right.
The Lord said you weren't supposed to eat no unclean thing. They would have had a fucking fit. Right? But that's what I'm saying. This happened because of that riddle that he was going to give to the Philistines. Watch. Keep going.
So his father went down unto the woman, and Samson made there a feast, for so used the young men to do. And it came to pass when they saw him that they brought 30 companions to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Samson said unto them, I will now put forth a riddle unto
That's
you.
what I'm saying. Him killing that lion that was attacking him seeing it later, him getting that, all of that is leading up to something.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that feast was because he's about to marry a homegirl.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. But that's what I'm saying. Why was he so heavy on marrying homegirl?
So you get on the
So he can get on the Philistines' helmet. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
It says, if you can certainly declare it me within the 7 days of the feast and find it out, then I will give you 30 sheets and 30 chains of garments. But if you cannot declare it me, then shall you give me 30 sheets and 30 chains of garments. And they said unto him, put forth thy riddle that we may hear it. And he said unto them, out of the eater came forth meat, and out of the strong came forth sweetness. And they could not 3 days expound the riddle.
Hey, if I may, real quick, the sheets is talking about like fine linen, like, you know what I'm saying, like some good clothes, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then change of garment, maybe, you know, jacket, or you know what I mean, the modern,
like
or
silk or something like
yeah, the equivalent of that back then, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you go to the store, you buy 30 outfits and 30 jackets, that shit gonna be some money.
That's like first week of school.
Yeah. You know, so they're like, shit, they're like, bet.
Yeah.
Verse 15, it says, and it came to pass on the 7th day that they said unto Samson's wife, entice thy husband that he may declare unto us the riddle.
Now keep in mind, this is his wife, but she a heathen. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord set that up. She a heathen, but that's what I'm saying. Look how many other people can get in her ear. You know what I'm saying? Look how many different people can get in her ear. The Lord allowed that. You ain't supposed to be dealing with no other man, woman like that. Asking her questions. Ask your husband this. Ask your husband that.
Yeah.
See it this. See it that. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's going on.
That's how.
Go ahead.
It says, entice thy husband that he may declare unto us the riddle, lest we burn thee in thy father's house with fire. And ye called us to take what we have. Have ye called us to take what we have, to take that we have? Is it not so? And Samson's wife wept before him and said, Thou dost but hate me and lovest me not. Thou hast put forth a riddle unto the children of my people and hast not told it me. And he said unto her, Behold, I have not told it my father nor my mother, and shall I tell it thee? And she wept before him the 7 days while their feast
That's what I'm
lasted.
saying. Shit, I tell my son all the time. Shit, them hoes crying, they motherfucking lie. Don't you fall for them crocodile tears and that bullshit.
Hey, I got a precept.
Go ahead.
It's Proverbs.
Now I'm tired of it.
Yep. It's Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, for the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood,
Heathen.
sharp as a two-edged sword.
These hoes is heathens, man. Whether they Israelites or not, they heathens. You know? Go ahead.
That was a precept on that.
Okay, come on. We can get back to the.
All right, verse 17 it says, and she wept before him the 7 days while their feast lasted.
That's what I'm saying. You gonna cry for a whole week? You know what I'm saying? You gonna cry for a whole week? You married to the strongest man on the planet.
Yeah.
You crying all week. This the week y'all got married though. Fucking ass bitch, man.
And like Kanye said, how you gonna be mad on vacation? You know what I'm saying? Like you give a chick the world, there's always gonna be something that ain't perfect enough.
Use a heathen marrying the strongest Israelite on the planet.
Right.
But your whole goal is to get him jacked up.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and it came to pass on the 7th day that he told her, because she lay sore upon him. And
She got on his nerves.
Mm-hmm.
She got on his goddamn nerves.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, it says, because she lay sore upon him. And she told the riddle to the children of her people.
Yeah.
And the men of the city said unto him on the 7th day before the sun went down, what is this? What is sweeter than honey? And what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye had not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle.
Look, somebody Google that term, plow with my heifer. Watch this. Yeah. What does plow with my heifer mean?
Can I read this little part in the margin?
Mm-hmm.
It says a proverbial expression implying a conspiracy with his wife.
That's it. Now, that automatically made me think about the serpent stinking ass.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you look it up in Google, somebody got it?
Yeah.
I got it, yeah.
Yeah.
It says, what does plow with my heifer mean? Using yet another turn of phrase, Samson points out exactly how they came to the right answer. His retort is meant as an insult both to the 30 men for cheating as well as a crude dismissal of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
She was nothing but a tool for these men to dig up a secret like livestock pulling a plow.
That's what I'm saying. You get at somebody's wife to try to get an advantage on them.
That's some whole ass nigga shit.
That's what the serpent did with Eve.
Right. Yep.
You see? You see these common themes as we continue to read these accounts? Plow with my heifer. So you gonna get at my girl to try to get at me?
Yeah. That's what niggas do.
That's the prominent tactic.
All the time.
Yeah.
Plow with my heifer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You think you done met a bad bitch at the club, next thing you know you getting shot by 4 niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They plowed with your heifer. Go ahead.
Yeah. I had a precept.
Oh yeah, bring it out.
Micah chapter 7. Hold on, pull it up real quick.
Fucking ass bitches, man.
Man, Micah chapter 7. I think it was verse 5. Hold on.
Keep them out from that bosom, from her that sitteth in the
The woman was the beginning of sin, and through her we all die.
And it's another one. Many kings have fallen through the women.
Yes, in first Ezra.
First Ezra.
Yeah.
Bro, it ain't nothing to send a beautiful woman after a nigga to get what you want.
Hell yeah.
It ain't nothing. Bro, that shit happen low level. You know what I'm saying? A nigga will send a bad bitch just so he can take your watch.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's really like that's not good. Like that's some wicked shit. You know.
Watch what happened to them niggas.
Yeah. This is a precept real quick.
Yeah.
Micah 7 and 5. It says, "Trust ye not in a friend, put ye not confidence in a guide. Keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom."
And that's the thing. Bro, you don't gotta talk to women about everything.
Hell no.
All you gotta do is pretend you talking about what the fuck they talking about. And it ain't nothing righteous.
Nah, yeah.
That's your green light to get out of there. Mm-hmm, baby, yeah. I don't like them hoes at your job neither. Let her do the talk.
Yeah.
Before you fuck the congregation over.
Yeah.
Pillow talk.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Samson laying in this bitch lap, just chilling. But the thing was, he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Yeah.
He really didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. What you got?
Yeah, I got that precept. This is First Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. It says, "Yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes."
Bro, women is like water, bro. Rarely lose. Water don't lose at all. But hoes do. But I'm just saying. In the apocryphal words, matter of fact, where you at?
I'm in First Ezra chapter 4.
Yeah. If you keep reading that chapter, it talk about wine, women, and all these different things that can destroy a man.
Or what's the strongest?
Which one's the strongest? But if you keep on reading that chapter, it'll tell you the truth trump all that fuck shit. Let's go.
next verse right here, last verse. This is 1 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 27. It says, many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
That's what I'm saying, man. Bro, as much as Jake chasing that bag, what they chasing that bag for? Them hoes. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna say, you ain't finna give all that money to no niggas.
That's all Jay-Z and R. Kelly did, the power of the PUSSY.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
All right. Back in Judges chapter 14, verse 19, it says, "And the spirit of Yahweh came upon him, and he went down to Eshkelon."
That's what I'm saying. Before he went down to Eshkelon, what happened?
Well, before he went down to Eshkelon, pretty much he was.
No, read it.
Oh, okay. All right. Verse 18, it says, "And when and the men of the city said unto him on the seventh day before the sun went down, what is sweeter than honey, and what is stronger than a lion? And he said unto them, if ye had not plowed with my heifer, ye had not found out my riddle. And the spirit of Yahweh came upon him, and he went down to Eshkelon.
And the spirit of Yahweh came upon him. Then he went down to Eshkelon. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It says, and slew 30 men of them.
You see that? That carcass and that honey and all that led to dead fucking Philistines.
Yeah. Right.
Which is the Lord's goal. Right? He raised Samson up so he can kick some Philistine ass.
Right.
So that's why Samson didn't tell him, look, I pulled this honey up out this dead lion I killed the other day. They would have had a fit because they was outside the Nazarite vow.
Yeah.
So he didn't. Right?
Yeah.
You see how all these things coming together?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Look, people gonna stop acting like this Bible ain't alive. Because if you can't read this story and correlate it to today, this ain't for you. Keep going.
Yep. It's the spirit of Most High allowed the Philistines to see for works to be kind of a witness unto them. They got judged for it, you know?
That's what I'm saying. So if you can say that Samson was wicked, you can goddamn sure say them Philistines was.
Yeah.
Samson was retaliating off they fuck shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
He
ahead.
was a man of his word, too. He gave them what they wanted.
Yeah.
They wanted.
That's it.
Yep. Verse 19, and the spirit of Yahweh came upon him, and he went down to Eshkelon, and slew 30 men of them, and took their spoil, and gave change of rank and garments unto them, which expounded the riddle.
That's what I'm saying. So he had 30 men that he made the bet with. He went and killed the whole another 30 motherfuckers to pay. All Philistines.
Yeah.
Yep.
This ain't coming out my pocket.
Hell no. Especially since y'all cheated. Bro, you plowed with my heifer.
Yeah.
Now you talking about paying?
He's like, all right, bet.
All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
What I promise you.
Yeah. Bring on your funky ass garments.
It says, and his anger was kindled.
You can wear them hoes to the funeral, nigga.
Right.
Go ahead.
And his anger was kindled, and he went up to his father's house. But Samson's wife was given to his companion.
That's what I'm saying. So Samson was like, you know what? This shit ain't right. He like, fuck that shit. I'm going home. Went back to the crib. Which lets you know that he had several opportunities to go to the crib, but he didn't. Because why? The Lord was working on fucking them Philistines up. Go ahead.
It says, but Samson's wife was given to his companion, whom he had used as his friend. Which is like pretty much the best man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he had a Hamite best friend, a best man, a Hamite wife, a Hamite father-in-law. You know?
Yeah, the father-in-law like shit. You gotta marry somebody, shit.
Yeah.
You want a wife, man?
He knew that shit she did was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So now the father out of pocket too, cause now you done made her an adulterer.
Yeah.
Samson wasn't dead.
Yeah, he should have did that. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Keep going.
But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid.
Fuck that shit. I'm finna go back.
Yeah. With a gift, some roses or something.
You know what I'm saying? Finna go back, rekindle this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still had some more ass to whoop.
With a kid, though.
You know what I'm saying? He came with the goat.
You walk into the house with some food, like some takeout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck it, man. My bad, overreacting.
Yeah, I was tripping.
I was happy, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That shit you did was some bullshit, but I done been able to calm down now.
Yeah.
Hey, if I may say something about the whole threat with the burning of the, you could say she reacted like how a woman reacts, but
Oh, yeah.
really what she really should have did
well, she probably didn't know if she knew how strong Samson was. She probably should have just like tried to stay under his protection. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Instead of like begging him to tell him the riddle, she should have really just, you know what I'm saying, try to just stay under his protection.
Yeah.
You know?
Trust in her husband.
Yeah.
If anything, she should have moved back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go where your husband go.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Yep, but it's-
Shit. But
it's all-
but she blew it though.
Yeah.
He was like, bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's all through that occasion that the Lord set up. That
Mhm.
you right. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Because it's common sense to just walk away from the bit.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Man's going to the Lord.
You know?
You know what I'm saying?
It told you in the beginning that Samson was born to do what he did.
Yeah.
Fucking hoes along the way, that ain't, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, chapter 15, verse 1. Judges chapter 15, verse 1. But it came to pass within a while after, in the time of wheat harvest, that Samson visited his wife with a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I will go into my wife into the chamber.
That's what I'm saying. I'm finna make up with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna make up with her. I done calmed down, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got this. Go ahead.
It says, but her father would not suffer him to go in.
Mm-hmm.
And her father said, I verily thought that thou hadst utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to thy companion. Is not her younger sister fairer than she?
That's what I'm saying. Look at this. Look, that lets you know the importance of a woman. You know what I'm saying? Your wife, it was like Samson's wife fucked up. Samson went back home. Her father give her to a whole nother, the best man at the wedding.
That's some bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
You give it to the best. You give your wife to the best.
Wait.
She's not important to him at all.
Why niggas?
Look. He was willing to pass his dollars around for that bread.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Watch what end up happening to his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Hey, you mind if I say something?
Yeah.
Else? That reminds me of when Saul gave what was it?
What you doing?
Yeah.
What you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You made your daughter an adulterer.
Yep. Yep.
Go ahead.
It says, chapter 15, verse 2. And her father said, I verily thought that thou hadst utterly hated her. Therefore I gave her to thy companion.
I thought you hated her, so I gave her to your partner.
That's fucked up.
Go ahead. That shit was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
But the heathens.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Keep in mind they did it with the heathen.
Yeah. That's some Hamite shit.
Go ahead.
Is not her younger sister fairer than she? Take her, I pray thee, instead of her.
You can have a sister.
She fine.
She better than her anyway.
Right.
Now he's still trying to deal. Go ahead. This shit is a mess.
Yep. Samson said concerning them, now shall I be more blameless than the Philistines, though I do them a displeasure. And Samson went and caught 300 foxes and took firebrands.
Samson was pissed off buying that shit.
Yeah.
You're gonna catch 300 foxes.
Yeah,
ain't
that's
easy.
300. You took your. You was mad the whole time.
Bro,
Bro.
how many foxes?
300 foxes.
Try catching one.
Exactly. He caught 300 of them.
Let me take my regular ass out to where the fox is at and see what I come back with.
Some rabies.
Yeah, you mad. To be able to make stay mad for a long period of time. You mad.
300 of them.
That shows you that he was fast too, not just strong only. Cause, bro, imagine trying to catch a fox, bro.
Samson had spiritual power.
Yeah.
Samson had spiritual power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At times.
Right.
At times.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and Samson went and caught 300 foxes and took firebrands, and a firebrand is pretty much like a torch. It says, and turned tail to tail, and put a firebrand in the midst between the two tails. And when he had set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines.
Now keep in mind, this is going to lead to what? More dead Philistines. Because that's the whole reason why Samson was raised up. Was to kick Philistine ass. Everything he did led to more dead Philistines.
He was fucking up their money, everything. The economy, he's just fucking their pockets up, everything.
With some foxes, though.
Yeah.
He tied the tails together, put a torch in between their tails, and just had them just run through their shit.
That's 150 ties.
150.
Bro.
They just
That's
sit
what I'm
there
saying. Not only did it, that let you, he clearly had dominion over the animals, like Noah did.
Yeah.
Bro, to catch that many foxes, bro, you have to have dominion over them. Bring your ass here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
the hell he put them?
Yeah.
Just tie their tails together,
Yeah.
tie the neck.
Bro, they had to cooperate with him.
Yeah.
He had dominion over them. That's like when the asshole, how Noah get all them people on the boat? He told them to come the fuck here and get on the boat. That's what you talking about, having dominion over the animals, you asshole.
It do. It do.
Yeah. So you get the visual though, like Brother Talma said, like he literally had foxes. It took 2 foxes' tails tied together, and then he lit the fucking torch and it just ran and shit just started getting burnt up.
Yeah.
You know.
They was, you know, they was burning up everything.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
And that's what they hold your cornfield. That's a lot of.
And that's what I'm saying. They had dominion over Israel, so they had substance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He destroyed all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He destroyed all their substance, then he destroyed their leadership.
Yeah.
Bro, by the time the Lord got done with the Philistines dealing with Samson, them bitches was broke and on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scrambling. Go ahead.
One man.
One man. Go ahead.
Job chapter 5 verse 23, and this is talking about the end times. For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
That's what I'm saying. The beasts of the field should be at peace with thee. Go ahead.
It was on there, so pretty much that's
Yep.
what's going to happen in the end times when Most High dealing with the men of the Lord, and he dealt with the men of the Lord in that fashion back in the ancient world as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the foxes, like I said, the foxes weren't trying to scurry and get away. They were sitting there chilling. You probably petting them, and then it was all calm while he was tying the tails together.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows? The Lord's so cold, all them foxes could have been the firstborn. What you gonna do with that? Let's go.
Yep, it says, and when he has, verse 5, chapter 15, verse 5, when he has set the brands on fire, he let them go into the standing corn of the Philistines and burn up both the shocks and also the standing corn with the vineyards and olives.
That's what I'm saying. That's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
Corn, olives, a wine vineyard.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
bread.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He told they whole estate up. Go ahead.
It says, then the Philistines said, who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion.
That's what I'm saying. He had it coming.
So Samson didn't feel blameless by doing that shit.
Uh-uh.
He said, okay, since you did that, now I feel
Yeah.
like, okay, now I'm not gonna feel bad about killing y'all now.
Mm-hmm.
Everything he did was to repay their wickedness and their deception.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what it says, jealousy is the rage of a man, too.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying. I was saying, you plow with my heifer. You know what I'm saying? You plow with my heifer to get you to get the riddle that you couldn't get. You know what I'm saying? Then when I come back after being pissed off, you done gave my wife to another motherfucker. Like y'all ain't gonna stop. So I ain't gonna stop.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep, it says, and the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they ad get. You done fucked over your husband because of your people, and your own people killed your ass. Read it again.
It says,
Bro, I was getting pissed off reading this.
Yeah, like you think about it, I'm like, man, look, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but eventually when the spirit prevailed, I was able to understand. This is what the Lord wanted. And all those, bro, this is not talking just about just Samson. It's talking about them women. It's talking about them heathen. It's talking about it's talking about a lot of stuff. But the Lord was controlling each and every single individual. You know what I'm saying? Now that's power. Dance, puppet, dance.
Yeah.
Go ahead. That
Verse-
used to be our shit back in the day.
Judges 15, verse 6, then the Philistines said, who hath done this? And they answered, Samson, the son-in-law of the Timnite, because he had taken his wife and given her to his companion.
Mm-hmm.
And the Philistines came up and burnt her and her father with fire. And,
And through. Go ahead. Through stew.
and Samson said unto them, though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease.
You know what's so crazy, bro? The shit that she feared came upon her, even though she.
Yep.
Remember, they was like, "We're gonna burn you and your dad in
Mhm.
your father's house." Like, you know, that's the reason why she was crying to him, and the same thing ended up happening to
Yep.
her.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Man. Keep going.
Yep, it says, and Samson said unto them, though ye have done this, yet will I be avenged of you, and after that I will cease. And he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock Etam.
And let's see what that hip and thigh mean. See if we can get something out of that. That sounds like something we need to look up.
I'm looking at
It sounds like a rooter to the tutor, but
it says in the NLT, so he attacked the Philistines with a great fury and killed many of them. That's kind of what it just hip and thigh, I guess, is like.
Yeah, the
He
upper
just-
thigh, leg.
He just jacked them up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Let me see if there's something on the commentary though.
yeah. That's just like when you say you cut a nigga ass from the rooter to the tutor. That mean you completely annihilated it.
It says he smote them.
Which way but loose.
Yeah.
There was nothing but dirt and smoke.
You know what I'm talking about?
It says he smote them leg upon thigh.
Scattered ass everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
Now, but when you think about leg and thigh, you know what I'm saying, that femoral artery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was cutting, slicing, and dicing.
Yeah.
You know? That could be some that reference in that. Let's go.
It says, and he smote them hip and thigh with a great slaughter. And he went down and dwelt in the top of the rock Etam. Then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah and spread themselves in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, why are ye come up against us? And they answered, to bind Samson are we come up, to do to him as he had done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Etam and said to Samson, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us?
That's what I'm saying. Like, look at the tribe of Judah, the head tribe. Man, you gonna get all of us fucked up.
Nigga, you tripping.
Don't you know, bro? They got the million on us for a reason,
Yeah.
right? Shit, we was being wicked. We was going out. We supposed to be. Sounds like, man, fuck that. They rule is over with, nigga.
Yeah.
But keep on going.
It makes me think about King Saul and the men. Whenever David was like, I'll go up and fight against Goliath, and it was like, man, who's this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Tripping.
Yeah, exactly. You know?
You don't get your young ass out of here.
I know we were kind of one, but I wanted to go over like the what does it mean for what does hip and thigh mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just typed it in, Googled it,
Mm-hmm.
and it says in Merriam-Webster, adverb in a fierce and ruthless manner. It says to attack unsparingly, overwhelm with, or as with blows. Yeah, so it's to overthrow completely and defeat utterly.
Philistine whooper.
So he had the anger of the Lord in him.
Yeah.
So study
Because the
him
Lord
in-
hate the Philistines, bro.
Study him in the face, you hit him here. In the word they call like 52, it's a different part.
Yeah.
52 blocks or some shit.
Nah,
You attacking joints and shit.
And that's the thing. I remember back in the day, I had a partner who, you know how Jake be playing around, Jake try to hit you and run and shit like that. He never let you get away with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But what he would do, he had two spots where he would hit you. He would hit you on your hip, or he would hit you across your elbow while you trying to run. So when you take this motion to go here, he pow, your dead leg go dead in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you ever had dislocated a hip or a shoulder, that shit make you just want to stop.
You can't do nothing.
It just make you want to just like, I'm not doing that.
You can't do nothing. Even if you want to. Okay, with your shoulder. No, I got experience with that shit. If your shoulder is hurt and you try to absorb any energy, you're going to make it worse.
Yeah.
So your instinct is to hold it to you.
Yeah.
But imagine that with your hip, though.
You can't fight no more.
Yeah.
So hip and thigh.
Yeah.
Dismantle the motherfucker pretty much. Let's go.
Yep.
Was it more?
No.
Okay.
Fatality.
Pretty much. A
But
brutality.
every time, he would do that to men and women. Every time, bitch get out of pocket, he hit on that hip. Total control.
Judges 15 and 11. And 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock of Etam and said to Samson, knowest thou not that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, as they did unto me, so have I did unto them.
Mm-hmm.
And they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee.
Bro, he didn't even need Judah. Bro, 3,000 Judites came up to one dude and was like, we gotta fix this shit, cuz.
3,000 people.
3,000 for one dude. Of their own people.
Right.
Go ahead.
It says, and they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, swear unto me that you would not fall upon me yourselves.
That's what I'm saying. Shit. Look, I'll go with y'all as long as y'all ain't gonna kill me. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all gonna kill me, we can go ahead and rock right now. Go ahead.
And notice he never killed an Israelite.
No. All Philistines. All Philistines.
It says, and they spake unto him, saying, no, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand. But surely we would not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. It says, and when he came into Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him.
The spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him. How many times have we heard that since we've been in these couple chapters?
He's like 3.
Enough to know it's real. Enough to understand. Is 3 understand or 4? 3?
Knowledge, wisdom, understanding is 3.
Yeah, 3 is understanding.
That's what I'm saying. Adam, Solomon, Yahushua. That third time, complete understanding. I gotta leave these hoes alone to fulfill my Father's will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and when he came into Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him.
Mm-hmm.
And the spirit of Yahweh came mightily upon him, and the cords that were upon his arms.
The spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him.
Yeah.
And every time the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon Samson, Philistines got jacked up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
It says, and the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that were burnt with fire, and his bands loosed from off his hands. It says, and he found a new jawbone of an ass.
Woo! Bro, I sent y'all that movie clip.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that was missing was the beard.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. It says, and he found a new jawbone of an ass, and put forth his hand, and took it, and slew 1,000 men therewith. And Samson said,
Somebody get that precept where we're talking about one shall chase 1,000.
Yeah.
yeah, Leviticus 26.
Yeah, somebody pull that real quick, Baba Kasha. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I want to pull that is because I'm saying when the Lord put the spirit on one man, he can do that type of damage. How we always talk about how one angel can destroy the earth. You know what I'm saying? Look at all those men. Look at all those men that King David put in the goddamn ground.
Right, tens of thousands.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the spirit of the Lord is real. You know what I'm saying? Our anger ain't enough. He gonna have to put his anger on us. Go ahead.
This is Joshua 23:9. It says, for the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, hath driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you unto this day. 1 man of you shall chase 1,000.
Boom. That's what I wanted. You can stop right there. Matter of fact, read it one more time. One man did what?
It says, Joshua 23:10, 1 man of you shall chase 1,000.
All right, keep going.
For the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, your power, he it is that fighteth for you.
There you go. There you go. That's why I keep on saying the spirit of the Lord came mightily upon Samson. You see? It was a 10 of you will taste. How many? It say something. Do it keep going? Go ahead and finish it, Baba Kasha.
Yeah, this one just says 1 man of you. It says, for the Lord, your power.
It say something about putting 10,000 to flight.
I got it. I think that's a different one.
Let's go, champ.
It's Leviticus chapter 26.
Yeah, that's it.
It's Leviticus chapter 26, and I start at verse 7. It says, and ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. And 5 of you shall chase 100.
Woo!
And 100 of you shall put 10,000.
Ooh! Bro, that's like 10 people wiping out a football stadium. Sold out.
Man.
Easy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna take 1,000 on the left, you take 1,000 on the right. You know.
And ain't none of them gonna get away.
Yeah.
That's like Mr. Mad and took out the motherfuckers in Vietnam.
Ain't nobody get away. Go ahead.
It says Leviticus 26:8. It says, and 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. That's it.
10,000 to flight. That means all of them dead. Go ahead.
It says, Judges 15 and 16, it says, and Samson said with the
That's what I'm
jawbone.
saying. This is what the scriptures is supposed to do to you. You see how excited we are right now?
Yeah.
Read on.
And Samson said with the
Call
jawbone.
all y'all by Shem Yahushai.
It says, and Samson said with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps. With the jawbone of an ass.
Bro, you know he was talking cash. Oh, you motherfuckers. That's right. That's right. 1,000 motherfuckers came up through the spirit of power Yahweh Shem Yahushai. 1,000 motherfuckers is dead.
Yep.
I ain't had no pistol. I had a jawbone of an ass. Fuck y'all. I can. Oh!
Yep.
You uncircumcised bitches.
Right.
You know he let it rip. Go ahead.
Talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, Jake hit a 3 from the corner and act a fool.
Man, straight up.
You just killed 1,000 Philistines in the name of the Lord?
Flexing on them and everything.
If I can say, the Lord do the same thing in the scriptures. We get that from the Lord.
Yeah.
The Lord is a man of war. He be in the scriptures like, yeah, that was me. I put my name on that.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
Well, Samson, we're gonna go to it. He named that place too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You named the place where you
Yeah.
smack niggas up.
Job on hill.
No,
Go ahead.
It says, with the jawbone of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. And it came to pass, when he made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hand, and called the place Ramoth Lehi.
what verse you in?
Verse 17.
Okay.
You was gonna get that word there?
Yeah, that's what I'm just
Yeah,
looking.
you look it up in the NLT and tell you job on hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
White Meat Street.
Source at job.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Beatback Boulevard.
Yep. That's exactly what it says. Strong's 874-37.
Whip ass way.
Oh, yeah. Punish a nigga Parkway. Let's keep going, man. Oh, this all day.
All day long.
All day long.
It says Ramoth Lachia. It says height of a jawbone, or height of a hill, of a jawbone. So a jawbone hill, like you said. And it says a place by the rock Elam in northern Judah, near the border of the Philistines, named by Samson after his slaughter of the 1,000 Philistines with the jawbone of an axe. So yeah, that's heavy.
Man. That's what I'm saying. And the thing that you can't miss in that, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, wanted 1,000 dead Philistines. And he used Samson to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You never want to lose sight that the Lord is in total control. You know? Go ahead.
Verse 18, it says, and he was sore thirst, and called on Yahweh, and said, Thou hast given this great deliverance into the hand of thy servant, and now shall I die for thirst, and fall into the hand of the uncircumcised?
You know what I'm saying? Shit, after all that killing, he was thirsty. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what was that, Denzel on Training Day? He reaped all this habit. Damn, I'm thirsty. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, Lord, I'm so thirsty. Please give me something to drink. I did everything you asked me to do. Please don't kill me with this thirst. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord answered his prayer once again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was still humble after all that.
Yeah.
He talked shit to the Philistines, but in the eyes of the Lord, he was humble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can I get some water, Lord? Go ahead.
Quick precept, just
Mhm.
back up that last verse. More so using Samson. Jeremiah 51:20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Mm-hmm. And that's in that case, he was his jawbone.
That's right. Right over.
Yeah.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
That was that. He used Samson to do that. You know what I'm saying? He took out the Philistine leadership with Samson. You know? Go ahead.
I got a precept. Psalm chapter 3, verse 6 and 7, it says, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about.
That's what I'm saying. I think that was a Bruce Lee movie or some shit. I could be wrong. But he was locked up in a room full of motherfuckers, and they was like, He was like, y'all, no, I ain't locked in the room with y'all.
Y'all like this bitch.
Y'all locked in this bitch with me. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, y'all locked in here with me. Y'all the ones that's fucked. Go ahead.
Right, verse 7. It says, Arise, O Yahweh, save me, O my power, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon the cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly.
Mm-hmm.
Salvation belongeth unto Yahweh.
That's what I'm saying. Never lose sight that Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is in complete control. The minute you lose sight of that, it's going to be hard for you.
Right.
It's going to be real hard for you. Go ahead.
It says, Salvation belongeth unto the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Thy blessing is upon thy people. Selah.
That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, look, when the Lord say, if I'm with you, who can be against you? He mean that. He mean that. And anybody that think he don't, it's going to get hard for you. It's going to get real hard.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 19, back in Judges 15, verse 19, it says, But the Most High clave a hollow place that was in the jaw, and there came water thereout. Man, so water came out of the jawbone that he used. To let that sink in. And just
Work the miracle.
Just let your mind sink in that. Remember
Work
how
the miracle.
water came out of a rock?
Yeah.
Right? So it says, and when he had drunk, his spirit came again. So after he drank the water, his spirit came back. Like, you know, that was Yahweh Shai.
That's
that was
right.
fighting for him, right?
That living water.
It says, and when he had drunk, his spirit came again, and he revived.
He was ready for some more Philistines.
Man.
Yeah.
The spirit quickened.
He was ready for another 10 rounds.
Let me get some of it. It's like, you know, it's like Space Jam. It says Michael Jordan's secret stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had that water and his whole spirit revived.
Yep.
But it says the spirit quickens and the flesh profits nothing.
Once again, it's on.
It says, wherefore he called the name thereof En Hakor, which is in Lehi unto this day. In
I got it in the Hebrew if you want it.
yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Strong's H5875, Ayun, which is the Hebrew word for I, and then Ha Kwa Wa Ra, which Korah means to like call out, you know what I'm saying? So like he called out for a well. And I is also like and the word for well and I is the same word. So like a well, like, you know, where you get water from, and I is the same. Like a fountain is like the same word. But that's basically what it means. A spring, it says a spring of one calling. Yeah.
Wow. It says, which is in Lehi.
That's what I'm saying. How do you not? Oh, for all you niggas that refuse to look up words,
Right, exactly.
fuck you too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 20, last verse. It says, and he judged Israel in the days of the
We ain't pulling no more punches with you motherfuckers either, man. Learn a bird. Read.
And he judged Israel in the days of the Philistines 20 years. That's the end of chapter 15.
Keep going. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's finish this thing up.
This is the last chapter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to read it?
Yeah, I can read.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Judges 16:1. It says, then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot and went in unto her. And it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come.
I would say now these women ain't Judah, but they are black women.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Gaza, yeah, because Gaza is like, you know, the Gaza Strip. Yeah. That's still Philistia, if you will. So it says, and it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. And they compassed him in and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they
plotting on Samson once again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Samson was steps ahead of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they talking about they gonna wait until in the morning to kill Samson. Shit, Samson dipped that way earlier. He didn't wait till in the morning after he did what he did. Go ahead.
Yep. It says verse 3, and Samson lay till midnight and arose at midnight.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Wait till in the morning. I'm not finna wait till in the morning for y'all to kill me.
Yeah.
He got up out. He dipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He hit a hoe and dipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
hit a Philistine hoe and dipped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. It says, and took the doors of the gate of the city.
Because in the NLT, it actually say prostitute.
Yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
Yeah. It says, and took the doors of the gate of the city and the 2 posts and went away with them.
He just picked the shit up and walked off. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders and carried them up to the top of an hill.
I'm talking about, bro, he was amongst the Philistines doing whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Just terrorizing them.
You know what I'm saying? And it continued to tell you that the Spirit of the Lord kept mightily being upon him. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go back to the beginning of the story, it's telling you that the Lord, he was hot against Philistines.
Yeah.
He raised up Samson to destroy the Philistines.
Yeah.
You see? And and through the Spirit of the Lord, Samson is being more and more and more and more antagonistic as the story goes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It says, continuing on in verse 3, it says, he put them on his shoulders and carried them all the way to the top of the hill across from Hebron. So
The gates of a city.
yeah.
That's what,
The gates.
he was constantly provoking them
Yeah.
because the Lord set him up to kick Philistine ass.
Yeah.
Read.
Verse 4 says, sometime later, Samson fell in love with a woman named Delilah who lived in the valley of Sorek.
And I was saying she was so bold.
Yeah.
What's the best way? What's the best way for me to tie you up so my people can kill you?
Yeah.
And then you gonna cry and beg all week with this one question.
Yep.
Go ahead.
If I may,
Bro, I was getting hot reading this, bro. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna get the word Delilah real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Strong's H.
Like a cracker.
Yeah. H. 1807. Dal Yala. The root word is dalal, which means brought low. Excuse me. Brought low, not equal. To be low. Right. So basically, that's the feminine way of saying that root word.
She was a fucking scumbag.
Yeah. Yep. Feeble, you know. And so going back to this verse here, in verse 5, it says, the rulers of the Philistines went to her and said, entice Samson to tell you what makes him so strong.
Now keep in mind, the Philistines had already plowed with Samson's heifer earlier in this account. And you see how he responded then. Go ahead.
Yeah. Back in the KJV, Judges 16 and 5, it says, and the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver.
That's what I'm saying. So the last time they plowed with his heifer, they said, we're going to kill you and your daddy and we're going to burn y'all to death. This time they plowing with his heifer, they offering her money.
Yeah.
You gonna quit plowing with Samson's heifer.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
He put that shit to a stop. Go ahead.
And it says, the rulers of the Philistines came to her. Like it was a national thing. Like, yo, we gotta kill this dude Samson. Like,
Bro, look how much he had done up to that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, Samson was a migraine headache for their ass. Go ahead.
He destroyed their economy.
He made their nuts itch.
Burned up their crops.
Yeah.
Killed 1,000 of them with a jawbone. Killed 30 men. And, you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
He was whooping ass and taking names. He was kicking ass and taking names. That's all he was doing.
And counting.
Yep, and they're still going.
And counting.
Yeah, that toll.
Go ahead.
toll just ticking.
They said they want to afflict them. They want to torture them. Just kill them. They want to
Suffer.
Another example of no free will. End it.
Yeah. Right. Yep. And I looked up the 1,100. Excuse me. 1,100 shekels of silver. It says that it's equivalent to about 28 pounds. And when you look it up, the value of that is around $7,500. So basically, they were like, each of us, we're gonna give you $7,500. However many dudes approached her, maybe 4 or 5, however many. So she was like, shit, bet.
Yeah, because she was a prostitute.
Yeah, exactly. She was for hire. So, you know what I mean?
For the street.
Yeah, no, for real.
She for the streets.
Yeah, so she was like, okay. So it says, verse 5, verse 6. And Delilah said to Samson, tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's the best way for me to tie you up so I can have somebody come in here and kill you?
Yeah.
This your pillow talk, bitch?
Man, terrible.
Right.
This bitch pillow talk. What's the best way for us to fuck you up?
That coochie had to be crazy.
Man.
Just to get away with shit like that.
Yeah.
And she kept asking. Go ahead.
Hey, you mind if I get a precept?
Oh yeah, knock it out.
Remember, she's feeble, so she come looking lowly eyed, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To entice them.
Yeah, through her we all die.
Flattery.
Yep. This is Proverbs chapter 7.
Shit, at this point, if you get killed behind a bitch, that's your lot.
Man.
Go ahead.
Real talk.
Man, I don't give a fuck about you.
Actually, you know what? Let me do a different precept. This is Proverbs chapter 22 and 14. It says, the mouth of a strange woman is a deep pit.
Woo.
And he that is abhorred of the Lord shall fall therein.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't tell me the Lord wasn't looking out for us through these scriptures with all this advice, all these instructions. Right?
Well, in Corinthians it said in Corinthians it talks about how pretty much let these examples that happened in the past be unto you for, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course the things that are written aforetime were for our learning, but these things were examples for us to read so that you can see, you know, even the wicked side of our people, things not to do.
Yep.
And then you got the examples on the right hand side of things that you are supposed to do of what your forefathers did. Right. So the Lord didn't leave nothing unturned for us of how we need to move through particular scenarios and situations.
There's no situation that we're going to be confronted with we don't have examples on how to navigate it.
Exactly.
Going back to that, Judges 16 and verse 7.
Romans 15 and 4. Somebody pull that real quick. Go ahead.
Judges 16 and 7, it says, and Samson said unto her, if they bind me with 7 green withs that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man.
You know what I'm saying? He just jiving with her now. You know what I'm saying? You know what, bitch? You get 75 toothpicks, you know what I'm saying, and wrap the shit up in a rubber band shit. I'll just be like any other nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, and when you I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you got it.
Well, the green wreaths, what he's talking about, that's what you use to make bow and arrow strings. So those are very, very strong strings.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much using that as an analogy. Like
Right.
yeah, you got to buy. If you buy me up with 7 of these, then I'll be like normal. But it's like even if you buy a one with, that's, you know what I'm saying. That's a strong string. Bow and arrow, you could stretch it and it ain't gonna break. So he's like, you got to buy me up with 7 of that, and I might be like a normal man.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much talking shit, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he was toying with her, man.
Yeah. She actually tried the shit though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, well let me go get some.
Yeah.
To wrap him all up and shit. Samson, they coming.
What kind of full play is this?
Aputu, I need you to go get 7 bow and arrows.
And I have my voice.
Hurry, Aputu, hurry.
I need you to go get.
I have him right where I want him. Fucking ass bitch.
Give me the blood diamond.
You want that Romans 15?
Yeah. Read that first. Shop.
This is Romans chapter 15, verse 4. It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning."
Mm-hmm. To back up the brother Tazama. You know what I'm saying? You go back into these accounts, you realize that you can't just be talking like that. You know what I'm saying? You realize that you need, everything ain't for everybody. Go ahead.
It says, "For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope."
That's what I'm saying. Without the scriptures, we just out here.
Man, congregation of the dead.
You know, without these accounts, we'll already be dead. Probably would have died 2/3. Let's go.
So the things that are written aforetime for the 2/3, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? The nigga that died that got choked out by the cop.
George Floyd.
Yeah, that guy. That's the things that's the thing that's written aforetime for 2/3 learners. You know what I'm saying? But we got the scriptures. You know what I mean?
Agree with our adversary quickly. That was written for us.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Turning the other cheek, having an understanding of what those things mean. Those things were written for us. We was talking about that at camp last night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got all these precepts to do. These dudes swear they meant the Lord.
Yeah.
But they missing out on all these precepts. That's why, because it ain't for them. the precepts that the Lord allowed them to understand was for their destruction, not for their benefit.
Bible for the elect.
You know?
That's what made a snare.
Esau created confusion by giving the Bible to billions of people. No, it ain't a billion prophets.
Right.
So it shouldn't be a billion Bibles. Let's go.
Continuing on, it says, yep.
Wow.
Judges 16 and in verse 9, it says, now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber, and she said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he brake the withs as the thread of tow is broken when it toucheth the fire.
It was easy.
Yeah.
So it was yarn, like like
Yeah.
yarn, like some real yarn. It was pretty much like yarn.
Yeah, it was easy.
It just broke out. You know what I'm saying?
Yarn and fire.
Yeah, burnt yarn. That's how easy it was.
Burnt. Oh yeah, burnt yarn.
Burnt yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It says, so his strength was not known. Basically, so like,
They still didn't know.
yeah, exactly. The source of it. Verse 10, it says, and Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound.
That's what I'm saying. You lied to me about how the best way to kill you is. See? The nerve of this bitch.
Yeah. And after she tried it, see, that should have been that's the hugest red flag you could get. Like, she actually did the shit. It wasn't just like he accidentally fell into, 7 strings of whatever the bow and arrow strings, and it just so happened to come to be.
Mm-hmm.
She purposely did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he let her.
Yeah.
He let her do it.
Yeah.
Because he let her do it because she knew that. Well, at that point, I'd rather say he knew that. Okay, she ain't gonna figure it out. You
Yeah.
can tie me up with 7 bow and arrow string. I'm gonna break through the shit. You know.
Yeah. Continue on in verse 12. It says, verse 11. It says, and he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that were never occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. So you just trolling her, just telling her.
Fucking with her.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Verse 12.
That's what I'm saying. So it don't even say what happened to the Philistines once he broke out the shit.
Right. They just walked away.
But he been whooping Philistines' ass this whole time. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, verse 12, Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson.
He just kept smashing his hoe.
Yeah, because he knew that she couldn't she couldn't really harm him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was just like, I'm just gonna fuck with her.
Go ahead.
The Philistines be upon thee, Samson, and there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber, and he brake them from off his arms like a thread. Verse 13, and Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound.
Why you won't tell me how to kill you?
Yeah.
It's like a James Bond movie. You know how he fucking the bitch that's trying to kill him?
They never win. They never win. So clearly Delilah didn't hear about the first wife he had that got burnt up with her father.
Yeah, she ain't know.
She clearly didn't hear it. Unless she thought she had that type of game. Keep in mind, she a hoe trying to get paid. Delilah was a hoe trying to get paid. Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with a web, basically that's the answer that he gave. Like, all right, you gotta braid up my locks. You know what I'm saying? It says, verse 14, and when and she fastened it with a pin and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awaked out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. Yep. So basically it didn't work. Right?
Right.
It says
Pretty much what he did was he pulled like in the beam of your web is talking about like you had something that was holding your hair in, so he took it out and that's what he used to take him out. That pretty much something for your hair.
Yep.
Was what he
He
used.
whipped the niggas with a
He
hair
whipped,
tie.
whipped their ass with a hairpin, pretty much, for lack of better words.
Yep.
Now keep in mind, Delilah ain't getting no smarter seeing all this shit. Bitch ain't got no smarter. Go ahead.
Yep. All right. It says, verse 15, and she said unto him,
How canst thou say, I love thee, when thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth.
That's what I'm saying. But she trying to get him killed.
But that's why the scripture said, "Don't reveal up everything to her to laugh and not bust."
Yeah, we brought that out right before you walked in, Quad. Good. Go ahead.
Yep. It says verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words.
That's what I'm saying. That's how you know that the Lord was working. Because Samson, the first time his wife pissed him off, he left and went back home.
Yeah.
Then you had all these other times to where he could have left, but he didn't. Why? Because the Lord set him up to do what he did.
Yeah.
The Lord set him up to destroy the Philistines. You see? And the thing was, with all this nagging and all that type of shit, what that was doing was that was fleshly building up Samson's spirit to be pissed off. And then the Lord would intervene from that point. They would piss Samson off, but then the Lord would jump on Samson to do his will. You see? It talked about she got on his nerves. She was nagging all week. And, he was, and finally he was like, fuck, bitch, damn. Here it is. And that still led to more what? Dead fucking Philistines.
Yep.
Let's go.
Man, when you stay with a woman, man, and she constantly nagging you about some shit. What does the scripture talk about? It's better to dwell in
Proverbs. No, that's Sirach 25, 26.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd rather dwell with a dragon or a lion, or I'd rather live on top of the roof.
Not necessarily only on top of the roof. It said the corner of the roof. Like you on the corner, you on the far corner of the roof.
Yeah,
like, where you on the edge where you fall.
I'd rather be in all kind of danger
than be over there. You know what I'm saying?
Give me danger. Shit. Go ahead.
Yep. It says in the middle of verse 16, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. He's like, man, shit.
Annoyed, like God damn.
Damn, bitch.
Man.
Damn, you really ain't gonna stop.
Man.
You know what? Since you're not gonna stop, I'm just gonna have to kill every fucking body. Because that's what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You done made me kill every goddamn body. All I wanted was some box.
Yeah.
Look at all these damn dead Philistines and shit.
All because you was pissing me off.
Yep.
Fucking ass bitches, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
You could have told her. You could have told her. Don't go messing with a country boy. Country boy.
Yep.
Man.
Verse 17. It says he was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there hath not come a razor.
Bro, so can you imagine how much Eve got on Adam's nerves?
Oh my gosh.
Hey, the serpent plowed with his heifer.
Yep. Thou hast
The serpent plowed with Adam's heifer.
Yeah.
Fuck the whole world up.
You should have told her that. You should have heifer.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have told her. I ain't telling you nothing, heifer.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Like Gordon Ramsay, you fucking lazy cow. That's a heifer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep.
He be cussing their ass out, man. I think he a Jake. Yeah, I think Gordon Ramsay a Jake. He always
think he is, too.
People get to fucking up. He be like, "Oh my lord."
Oh my God, fuck off.
Oh my God. Yeah, he called the Lord too much to be an Edomite.
Fuck off, you cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, heifer.
Hey,
You gotta start using that word again.
Hell yeah.
Yep. It
Big
says
Shirley and Heifer.
Heifer, please.
Heifer and Big Shirley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and he said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon mine head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High from my mother's womb.
You know what I'm saying? This is the pillow talk. This outlaw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when he was just trolling and bullshit, it was all good. Go ahead.
Shit. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me.
You know what I'm saying? And at the conclusion of all these different things, you understand that the it wasn't in his hair, it was in the vow.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He was dedicated to the Lord before he grew up. Speck of hair. It wasn't about the hair. You see? He was dedicated to the Most High before he was born.
It's about the oath.
It's about that. It's about the oath. Go ahead.
Yep, it says, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. Verse 18. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent and called for the lords of the Philistines.
I got this nigga.
Got him.
I got him.
Who too?
I'm finna get these bread. She hitting you with the
Yeah.
yeah. Was it Johnny Manziel? She hit me with the money sign.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get paid.
She
Fucking
had,
ass
She had to
bitch.
sell no box for the next 3 months.
And was probably still selling it.
Right.
Because you know what I'm saying, hoes don't run out of money.
Man. Yep.
Go ahead.
Yep. It says, she sent and called for the Philistines, saying,
And that was before pimps too? Anyway, no, slide.
Come up this once, for he hath showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought the money in her hand. They was ready. They were like, finally, man, shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right,
Cha-ching.
Yep.
God damn. That's like, man, about time. Shit.
Yep. Verse 19. And she made him sleep upon her knees.
Ooh, he was resting between her legs. You
Right.
know, you laying with a woman
he was
between her
chilling.
legs. Like,
He was
oh my
chilling.
God. She rubbing your head.
He was chilling.
She over there. You like that rub, that head rub. He
Man.
was chilling. He was
Yeah.
going to sleep. Oh my God, he was out of there.
Yep.
Woo, man, that's a bad position to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was out of there.
Damn it, boy.
It's bad, but it's good.
Man, yep. It says, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. Oh, can we say something about this locks thing? Because people try to use this trick.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
When you go into that word locks real quick, because people like say, oh, dreadlocks. Samson had dreadlocks. We can have dreadlocks. The word for locks is Strong's H4253. It says ma chalapa. And chalap is the root word, which means to I'll say change, to pass on through, to pass through, like
Pass
you know what I'm
through.
saying, like yeah,
Braids.
you know what I mean?
Cornrows.
Right, exactly,
Cornrows.
right. So ma chalapa is the specific word for braids. You know what I'm saying? Or plaits. You know what I mean? Like a lock. You know what I mean? Like
You're
But-
locking your hair. But
yeah,
not
it's a
braided.
braid. You know what
It's
I'm
a
saying?
braid, yeah.
yeah.
Like when she mentioned the hair, putting the hair into the web.
Mm-hmm.
For Jake terms, pretty much it's like box braids in a sense.
Yeah.
Like his hair was already braided, and she locked, like she pretty much braided his braids.
That's different
That's all
than
that was.
Shiva Jotas. That's a heathen custom.
Exactly.
All right.
Now I used to do that when I had my hair. When my hair was long, what I would do is I would braid my cornrows would go straight to the back, but my shit was so long in the back that she would lock those up.
You can braid the braids.
Yeah,
Braid the
yeah.
braid, like
That's
box
what,
braids.
that's,
Make a bigger braid.
that's what I'm saying. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry,
It's not a dreadlock.
Yeah.
Because a dreadlock is matted,
Yeah.
dirty, filthy. That's what.
The hair can't breathe.
That's what I'm
it
saying.
dies,
When you got braids, you still wash your hair and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You can't. You can put water on your hair with dreadlocks, but they still nasty as fuck.
You can't undo dreadlocks.
That's what I'm saying. You got to
can
cut
undo
this shit
braids,
off.
yeah.
You can unloose your braids.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
And comb your hair. You can't comb no dreadlocks.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Should be stank.
Your head gonna be bloody in a motherfucker trying to comb that shit.
Yeah. Good luck.
Go ahead.
Yep. Going back to the verse verse 19. It says, and she made him sleep upon her knees, and she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, the Lord is the one that put him upon that sleep. Like, you know, when you sleep, like you ever see a child sleep while getting their hair cut?
Yeah.
Like that has to be a special spirit on you for you to fall asleep while you're getting your hair cut.
You're tired. You're
It's
exhausted.
like you are tired, exhausted, and they're just cutting his hair off and he just sleep.
Yeah. Razor. Yeah.
You know, with a razor though. Not you ain't had no electric clippers. You know, no, like razor.
Well, after you lay, you know, there's times after you lay with a woman where you just kind of
tired.
You done.
Sleep.
Yeah.
You done.
You be out of there.
Yeah, you be out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the Lord still working through Samson, like you know, like as you've been saying, this is still the Lord still working through Samson.
Yep.
Because ultimately, as we read earlier, he had an occasion against the Philistines. So this is what the Lord is doing to bring forth that occasion.
He put him in a trick bag.
Yeah, exactly.
He put him in a trick bag. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had to take his spirit off Samson, for Samson to be have his eyes gouged out and all those different things that happened, you know what I'm saying? That still led up to more dead Philistines.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the common theme.
Yeah.
Dead Philistines.
Man.
Let's go.
Yep. So when it says she began to afflict him and his strength went from him, basically, you know, he started to lose that strength that he had. You know what I'm saying? That he began to grow weak, basically. You know what I mean?
Yep. And I was saying the Lord did that so he could work a miracle later.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because Samson was swagged up by that point.
Yeah.
Samson was swagged up by that point. He was like, man, look. You know what I'm saying?
That DMX spirit in belly.
There you go.
These niggas can't touch me.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And even when that happened and the Spirit of the Lord wasn't on him and he got his eyes gouged out and he got punished and all that, we're going to keep reading.
Yeah.
We're going to keep reading. Because all that happened for a reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't got no problem bruising us to make his point.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that again. The Lord don't have no problem with bruising us to make his point.
That's right.
Read.
Yep. Okay. It says in verse 19.
Joint heirs, right?
Yep.
If you join heirs with Yahweh Shai in glory, you join heirs otherwise. Let's go.
Judges chapter 16 and 20, it says, and she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he woke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as the other times before.
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this. You know what I'm saying? Shit. He broke out everything else she came with. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, and shake myself, meaning like, you know, she thought he tied him up. He was like, okay, I'll just get out this shit. It says, and he wist not that the Lord was departed from him.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to bust out of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when he realized he couldn't, you know?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
He felt that breeze.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, it don't mention nothing about Samson being proud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It just tells the story. It tells you that at times the Spirit of the Lord was on Samson.
Yeah.
So the times that it wasn't, that's what I'm saying. We're not always in the Spirit. We try our best to be. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord got 144,000. You know what I'm saying? If he want to spend his time on everybody at the same time, he can. But if he want to deal with one at a time, what you gonna do? Why you ain't got the Spirit on me, Lord? Shit, you'll be out of there so fucking fast.
Yeah.
The Lord deal how he want to deal. Go ahead.
And that word "wist," so Samson knew by experience when the Lord took the spirit off of him. When he went through that because the word "wit" going to know by experience. So if the Lord ain't dealing with you, you gonna know by experience that he ain't fucking with you.
Man,
you do it.
By you going through it.
Yeah. But it says he didn't know. He was not he didn't know that the Lord's Spirit had departed from him. So he was caught off by surprise. Like, oh shit.
Caught off guard, yeah.
You know what I mean? So verse 21, but the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house.
If they were smart and if free will was really a thing, they would have killed Samson on the spot.
Got the problem over with.
Yeah.
And the problem would have been done.
Right.
But as I'm saying, the Lord wanted to fuck everything up.
Man.
Yeah.
So he made,
Tortured him.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
But they didn't kill him.
it's like in a movie.
Right,
You
same.
like, man, wow. Every time they capture the hero, they never just kill him.
Whenever the villain captured the hero in the movie, he got to run down his evil plan.
Yeah.
Tell him what he gets. It's like you gave
Whole
us
time, hero.
Nigga, wiggle him out of the handcuffs.
Next thing you know, he whooped all y'all ass. Like every ass whoop say he wiggling.
Yeah, wiggling out.
Yeah. Hey, you tell him your plot.
The whole time the audience is
He got a razor in his hand over there. cutting the rope and shit.
Hey, y'all seen that Austin Powers movie where Dr. Evil finally captured him and shit?
Yeah.
And the son was like, well, just kill him, man.
Just kill him.
He's right there.
He was
And
like,
Dr.
shut
E
up.
was like, no, we're going to set a timer. We're going to leave.
Oh, you talking about Austin Powers Gold?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
He was like, just kill him.
He's like, no, I don't think that's necessary. He just walked off and just closed the door. He was like, he's going to die. This room will blow up in 60 seconds. That's good.
Dumb as hell.
Oh, man, I forgot about
that. He held the flame, but the director set that up. Just like the most other director.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. When I was reading this and I was reading about them hoes, I was getting mad and all that, but then the Spirit kicked in and was like, bro,
He wrote it like
you
that.
ain't even fucking with bitches like that.
Yeah.
Sit down. You got to teach class this week. Go ahead, bro.
His son was mad as hell in that movie. Damn, Dad, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah.
His son hated his ass, bro.
Yeah. Going back to Judges 16 and verse 21.
Yeah, we almost done.
Yep. It says, and bound him with fetters of brass, and he did grind in the prison house. And when you go, that's basically like he had to grind grain. He was pushing that millstone. You know what I'm saying? And
That was just like on life.
yeah.
State of Mississippi is only interested in getting this dish here done by sundown. He was in the pen.
Yeah.
Locked up.
He was in the penitentiary area. Go ahead.
Yep. Howbeit the hair of his head began to grow again after he was shaven. And then the lords of the Philistines gathered them together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon, their god, and to rejoice. For they said, our power hath delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hand. Yeah. So it was sacrificing, they
Trick bag.
Trick bag, Tracy.
Trick bag. You know what I'm saying?
Thought.
Trick bag.
Yeah. So it's
Trick bag Johnson.
yeah. Verse 24, and when the people saw him, they praised their God, lowercase g. For they said, our God hath delivered into our hands our enemy.
I was saying, but what had really happened? Yahweh delivered Samson in their hands so that he could destroy the Philistines.
Can I get a precept?
Go ahead.
Real quick, I just thought about that.
Trick bag.
As you said that. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to his purpose.
That's what I'm saying. Samson didn't have no eyes. He didn't have no eyes or no hair when he told their asses to fuck up.
That's right.
All things work together.
That's what I'm saying. All this time the Lord was. This whole account started with the Lord being mad at the Philistines. So he put a plan of action in order to get rid of them. That's the same thing he doing with these Edomites, bro.
Yeah.
They the new Philistine.
Right. Yeah.
They the new Philistine.
Yeah.
We the new Samson.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we got that stone.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. It says, verse 25, and it came to pass. I skipped verse 24. It says, and when the people saw him, they praised their God. For they said, our God hath delivered into our hands our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us.
The destroyer
That's what I'm
of
saying.
our country.
So, read that part again.
Yeah. It says, our God hath delivered into our hands our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us.
Why is he still alive?
Because the Lord wrote it that way.
No free will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's clear that there's no free will. When the motherfucker can't help themselves to the point to where it's ridiculous,
Yeah.
no free will.
Right.
That
Let's go.
reminds me of when Saul spared Agag. Like, he should have just killed him on the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
No free will.
Yeah.
If I can add on to your point, it makes me think about the time when King Rehoboam was made king. He told Jeroboam and all them, and pretty much the rest of the nation, like, look, meet me in 3 days. But Rehoboam pretty much didn't take the counsel of the older men, but he took the counsel of the younger men.
Mm-hmm.
To the point to where he was like, man, look, my father chastised you. I'm gonna chastise you harder. My father whipped you with whips. I'm gonna whip you with scorpions. You know what I'm saying? But it says at the latter part of that verse, it says that, but the Lord allowed it to happen so that the kingdom could be rent. Because of the prophecy that was given to Jeroboam by the prophet of the Charlonite prophet that told him the kingdom's gonna be rent. That had to happen for that whole turn of events had to happen for the kingdom to be split.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
It makes
Because
you
you
think
would
about
think, hearing that ahead of time, that you would do everything in your power to avoid that.
Exactly.
He was hook, line, and sinker. That nigga was off the chain. Real asshole. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Yep. It says, verse 20.
A demon with a crown.
Man. Yep. DC young fun. And it came to pass, Judges 16 and 25, and it came to pass when their hearts were merry that they said, call for Samson, that he may make us sport,
Man,
That's what I'm saying. Go get Samson so he can entertain us.
Yeah.
Really, they were saying, go get Samson so he can kill all our goddamn asses.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened.
Yeah.
How you gonna perform for him? What are you gonna do?
What he gonna do? He can't.
He can't see.
They just wanted to mock him. They
Yeah.
wanted to
Hey.
take him around and mock him.
Hey.
Child for sport.
They probably had playing with here Samson catch. Throw some bullshit at him. You know how they.
Making it spectacle.
Yeah.
Like you can sport with your woman. Like you out, you sporting with your woman, you showing her off. It was showing Samson. I was like, we conquered this nigga.
Yeah. Look at him. No eyes, no hair, no strength.
Slap him around.
Yeah, we got this. That shit did not happen the way they thought it would. Go ahead.
This ain't what you think it is. It ain't gonna go how you think it's gonna go.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 20.
Except to turn that shit into something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Proverbs 20:24. Man's going is of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Hey, they don't know why they call him. The Lord put the spirit on him and say, let's go get Samson. All these years. But you know, you can think of the time his hair grew back. It's been more than a couple of months. I'm pretty sure. And he just, you know.
But that's the thing. He had been growing his hair since birth.
Huh?
That hair didn't grow back.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't get all the locks.
He didn't get all
Yeah. He didn't need the hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When he prayed to the heaven, we gonna keep reading. Watch when he threw up that prayer to the Lord at the end. He didn't mention no fucking hair.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
So all you niggas out there that don't want to get no haircut, fuck you and your pussy. Yeah, I said it. Shit is fucking ridiculous at this point. Read.
Yep. This is Judges 16.
Fucking ass niggas, man.
It says, in the middle of verse 25, it says, and they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport, and they set him between the pillars, of the house, the house that it was in. It says, verse 26.
It just so happened that those were the most important pillars of the house. Because when you build a house, it's a certain portion of the house that if anything happens to that, the whole fucking thing comes down. They stupid ass had him right there.
But the spirit put it on them for them to sit him right there.
Yep. So everybody.
He ever said the child that was leading Samson because he couldn't see. He was like, "Look, sit me over here. I need to leave. I need to rest up against these pillars." He was still in yank quad mode. I'm finna fuck these niggas up. Go ahead.
I got a precept.
Break it out.
Proverbs 16:1. The preparations of the heart in man, and the answer of the tongue is from Yahweh.
There you go. You can commentate on it if you want to.
Hey man, the preparations of the heart is your mind. So how your mind is prepared and the words that you speak. The things that they was telling, like, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, go ahead and set them on these two pillars. That was all from the Lord.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go ahead.
Yep. Verse 26. And Samson said unto the lad that held him by the hand, suffer me, that I may feel the pillars whereupon the house standeth, that I may lean upon them. Now the house was full of men and women, and all the lords of the Philistines were there.
That's what I'm saying. He used Samson to cut off the head of the snake.
Yep.
He used Samson to step on that goddamn snake's head.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come. It says, and there were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women turning up.
Bro,
models.
that's a lot of people.
Hell yeah, in the house.
That's a lot of people.
Shit, man, bro, you can't even fit that in what's the maximum occupancy?
Yeah.
Be like 100. So 3,000.
They in fire hazard mode.
Yeah, no, for real.
That was that little ass house.
Yeah, no, they was them niggas in the mansion, right? It says that they were upon the roof that was just only on the roof. There were upon the roof about 3,000 men and women that beheld while Samson made sport. Verse 28. And Samson called unto the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai, and said, O Lord, my power, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once.
That's what I'm saying. Did he say let my hair grow back, put my eyes back in so I can see it? None of that. Go ahead.
It says, only this once, O my power, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes.
That's what I'm saying. Just this one time, Lord. Just this one time.
Yeah.
Let me die with these. I die with these bastards. If it's your will, Lord.
Kill these fuckers.
bro, they gouged his eyes out. I mean, come on, like what? A blind man. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Shit, bro, you handicapped for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was at that point. Shit, he probably was happy to take
Yeah.
that route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you know he lost his strength. He lost his eyesight. He ain't have nothing to lose.
That's what I'm saying. Look, Lord, put the strength on me one last time to do your will.
Yeah.
That's the spirit we gotta be in, bro.
Right. Yeah.
That's the spirit we gotta be in. Look, I can't count how many times I done told y'all. I'm short, fat, I done wrote all over my body. Weed smoking my lungs from 20 fucking years ago. I can't do nothing else in this body but prophesy. And I don't want shit else. If you ain't in that spirit, this ain't for you.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is Judges 16 and 29. And Samson took hold of the two middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand, and of the other with his left. And Samson said, "Let me die with the Philistines." And he bowed himself with all his might, all his might, and the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which he slew at his death were more than they which he slew in all his life.
God dang.
Bro, he killed thousands of Philistines because the Lord wanted him to.
Yep. Yep. In a matter of seconds.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
One time.
I was saying, at one point in time, you had the body count up to 1,000 and something.
1,030.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
3,000.
Yeah. Yeah. It was 3,000 on the roof, so you know more people in the
Yeah,
house.
on the bottom, that's just on the roof. The pillars was holding the roof up, but there was more people. He was on the bottom,
Yeah.
you know?
Let's go on and finish up.
Yep, verse 31, last verse, it says, Then his brethren and all the house of his father came down and took him and brought him up and buried him between Zorah and Eshtaol in the burying place of Manoah his father.
Hey, he rested with his fathers.
Mm-hmm.
After all that, he rested with his fathers, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. If these scriptures don't do none of you, man, fuck you, dog. Like, for real, for real. All these niggas using the Bible for their own gain and being bitches. That's why 2/3 of Israel got to be cut off and fucking die. I don't got nothing else.
Yeah. Yep. Hey, it says he judged Israel 20 years. So the Lord had that spirit on Samson, you know what I mean, to wreak havoc on the Philistines for 20 years, bro.
Yep.
You know? So imagine when the Lord give us those you know, spiritual powers, man. Like talk about in Isaiah, you know, how we're gonna be like basically mount up with wings. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that scripture real quick.
Yeah, we're about to be the bane of these people's existence.
Yeah.
They getting ready to set up their new world order. They think they got out. They rolling out the plans. You know, they getting ready to shut the whole world down again.
We ain't finna judge for 20 years, but we gonna judge for eternity.
It's gonna be
judgment, eternal judgment
That's right.
forever.
We're gonna get to have day one everything that they fighting to have. They want immortality, so they trying to do it through AI. We get it. Just the Lord is gonna give it to us. Right? Dominion over the earth, getting the venture out. Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're held spiritually on it right now with this doctrine.
Yep.
So it's gonna manifest physically eventually.
Yeah. I got the precept in Isaiah 40. Isaiah 40 and 29, it says, He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, He increaseth strength. That's us right now. We feeble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, weak physically right now, right? But the Most High, He give you that power. It says, even the youths shall faint and be weary, which that's us right now in these feeble bodies, right? It says, and the young men shall utterly fall, but they that wait upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall renew their strength and shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Samson was a small example of that. That's just one man. He was able to take down a whole fucking,
He
country.
dismantled. He was used to dismantle an entire nation.
Yeah. You see? So come on, man. Think about that. You know? But that's all I had.
Yeah, I mean that's heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes to show you that Yahweh Bashim Shai can take down he can take down many by small numbers. The Lord don't need, you know what I'm saying? The Lord doesn't need the whole nation of Israel. No, that's why through the 144,000, it's the whole world is going to be, you know, beginning with the spirit that Yahweh Bashim Shai placed upon 144,000.
Right.
The whole world is completely changing. You know, it's going to be completely
fresh.
turned. 144,000 robots. You know what I'm saying? 144,000 robots just wiping clean the whole earth in righteousness, man.
Hey, I got a precept, bro. All right, this is Micah chapter 5, verse 7. It says, "And the remnant of Jacob," which we know is talking about the 144, "shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord." So like think about like an army, you know what I'm saying? A mobilization of an army. You know what I mean? It says, "And the showers upon the grass."
And dew covers the whole ground.
Yeah.
Like it covers everything. When you look and you see a dewy ground, it's not like you just see dew in one part and then everything else is dry. It's like
Ain't no dew patches.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. It says, "As showers upon the grass that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles, in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest." So, lion is an apex predator, right? And these heathen, these other nations, we're going to be like a lion to them, right? Amongst, a lion come across any other animal, that other animal is not finna win. All right, if it's one-on-one, you know what I mean? It says, "As a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver." Right? So we have this illustration of Samson's life, basically being that example of a young lion going through flocks of sheep, and they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do anything to abate his strength, but it was from the Lord, though. You see? So, just a couple of precepts came to mind.
I got one. This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4. And it says, "And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them." Talking about what? The Israelites, as Yahushua was telling Peter in Matthew 19, about what we receive if we put away our life and follow his ministry. It says, "Judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of the Most High." And we are the ones, Lord willing, we make it to the end. Some of us have to settle that martyr death, or some of us will have to get changed without seeing death, But it says, for the witness of Yahushua, which is the main pivotal point we're doing this for. As we reading these scriptures aforetime by our learning to build our faith up to that point, It says, "For the word of the Most High, the scriptures, in which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads." And this modern day Philistine, these Edomites, the rulers of modern day Egypt, America, which is Babylon, this is what they're going to track everybody down to do. Worship the beast, worship the image, this false Christianity, feminism, and all this democracy and this bullshit. You see, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads, their MOTB, which has been wound down too, or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with a Mashiach 1,000 years. Going into how y'all was just talking about their rulership going to be set up again. And we going to be ruling over these devils and these freaking peons, these freaking Hamites, the Philistine, that rod of iron, bro. It ain't going to have to be another time where we have to, "Lord, give me a drink, I'm thirsty, I'm almost dead." Now,
Right.
It's going to be eternity rod upon these niggas' head, bro.
That's right.
But the Lord ain't raising up just a judge in the land. The Lord is raising up 144,000 judges.
That's right.
At the same time.
According to the law. Yep. Anybody else got anything?
Just that first Maccabees 2:50, it says, "My sons, give your lives for the covenant of your fathers." All right, so you shall receive great honor and an everlasting name. So that's what we auditioning for kingship.
Matter of fact, somebody get a get a second Ezra 2. Yeah, let's finish off that on that. Yeah, let's finish off on that.
This is Sirach, the second chapter. Second Ezra is the second chapter, verse. Verse 42. It says, "I Ezra saw upon Mount Zion a great people, whom I cannot number, and they all praise the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature."
Oh, so that's the elect. Go ahead.
Taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns and was more exalted. It's Yahushua crowning the elect, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got to do that to get delivered. If you don't do that, you lose.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now are they crowned and receive palms. And then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hand? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High, whom they confess in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
That's what I'm saying. Yahushua come in the volume of the book, man. He's all through it.
Yeah.
He's all through it. And everybody that's a part of that ceremony, he dealt with them individually through the Spirit.
Yeah.
So you goddamn right we're going to defend this gospel to the best of our ability.
God, that's right.
That's right.
You're not going to get to act like no bitch and get into the kingdom. Ain't no bitches going to be on the chariots. So you better get that bitch up out you now. Repent.
That's right.
That go for all of us.
That's right.
All of us still, bro, we got to repent every day.
Man,
Go ahead.
last verse 48. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way and tell thy people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what we doing through the Spirit.
Right.
And the elect will be gathered because the Lord wanted. Not because we sick of this shit. No, because the Lord wanted.
Right.
So with that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the Akim teacher about the Mayim Wa'amat. That's in sincerity and truth. Shalom.